Knicks family, what's poppin'? It's your boy. And what a beautiful night. Beautiful win by the New York Knicks, 130-118 over the San Antonio Spurs. We're going to talk about it. But before we do that, do me a favor. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that thumbs up. Ring the notification bell and get a notification whenever I go live. That's what I'm talking about. So, let's get to it, man. Let's talk Knicks. Let's talk New York Knicks. Let's go. Yes, sir. The Knicks with an impressive win tonight as they snap a home losing streak, a historic home losing streak. They snapped it tonight, folks. They defeated the San Antonio Spurs. A game, listen, the last game, the last stream, everybody said there's no way the Knicks beat the Spurs. Well, they didn't like that. They proved us wrong tonight. They proved us wrong tonight. They came out and they played basketball like some young guys with a lot of heart. Some young guys who was tired of getting their asses whipped. That's what they looked like to me tonight. Some guys that said, yo, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of going home feeling bad. Not doing this anymore. That's what they look like tonight. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of wins that I like that. I like that. They came out with some hunger, some urgency, some fight. And they were electrified. You know what I mean? See the Garden tonight? It was electrifying. Even on the missed dunks, Dennis Smith Jr. tried to end Bertan's career. Tried to end it. And then Kevin Knox turns around and tries to do the same thing. These guys, something was lit into these guys. There was some fire lit into these guys somehow, some way. Somebody lit something into them, and they came out and either somebody lit something into them, or because they're young, they're the type of team, they're the type of guys that once they get going, they can. It flows and everything can come out. You have teams like that, right? Things get going, and so they play well. And then when things are not playing well, going well, they struggle a little bit. Happens like that with young teams. But we got to see the best of the New York Knicks tonight. At least this team, the best of this team tonight. We haven't seen a game like this in New York with the Knicks. And how long? It's been a long time since we've seen a game like this. High-flying, electrifying game. We haven't had the players to play a game like this until maybe some last year, but definitely this year. We haven't had those kind of players. You know what I mean? So it's definitely a fun game to watch. And yeah, I know there'll be people in the chat say, look at Sim, he's smiling, he's happy. You damn straight I'm happy, man. I like to see this kind of a win. I like to see the young guys come out and ball. Play with a reckless abandon. You know what I'm saying? Win or lose, I could take that every single time. Every time. You know what I'm saying? My man Chester Nason, thank you for the super chat. Said, screw you, Adam Silver. Ain't tanking. That's what I'm talking about. Right? And there's the difference, ladies and gentlemen. I'll keep harping on it, and I'm going to say it right now. There's the difference between tanking and developing. Because if the Knicks were tanking, then, in the fourth quarter, they start pulling some guys out that are playing well. Putting guys in that, is not going to pull it out for you. So, yeah, I like it. I like it. I like what I seen tonight. 457 BTV said, only one game, though. That's okay. That's all we need, 4-5. We just needed one game.
What a crown on you,
right?
G.
We need one game, get our confidence right. You know what I'm saying? And, that's all you need sometimes. That's all you need sometimes. 130-118, the New York Knicks defeated the San Antonio Spurs. And a shocker. All right. I got in the video chat, We got a crew lining up in the video chat. We got Isaiah. We got Aunt G. We got C Dog. We got Karim in the chat. We're gonna talk a little bit about this win. I know everybody. You know what? Listen. Tonight should not be a night where I don't know what negative can you say, and I don't want to bring any kind of negativity about this game. You know, there's gonna be some imperfect things about the game, obviously, but I just want to talk about us getting a nice win. You know what I mean? Because it was important. We hadn't won at home since December the 1st. That's a long time. December the 1st. The last time we won at Madison Square Garden. So, you know, we got to give it up to him. We got to give it up to him tonight. Let's get on over here to the video chat. Talk to a couple of guys. See what's going on. You know what I mean? Hopefully you guys, everybody had a nice weekend. I had a really good weekend. My grandson was born yesterday, like 3 something in the morning, right? So that definitely, that's a good feeling. My daughter, she won first team all conference. That's a good feeling, you know. And then my men's team, you guys know, I told you a while ago that my men's team, my 18 and over boys team, we won the championship a couple weeks ago where the league restarted, and we played the team that we beat in the championship. Now, we went 10-0 to win the championship. We played the team that we beat in the championship. We beat them 3 times last season. This is the 4th time we played them in just a couple of months. And they put it to us today. Now, listen, I mean, you're not going to win. I mean, we won 10 games straight to win the championship. You're not going to win 20 games in a row. You know what I mean? We wasn't going to go 10-0 again and then win the championship. So, we took an L today. We got dunked on a few times. You know, this one kid that used to play for my AAU team, he plays for the opposite team now. You know, he caught a couple of oops on us. Now, listen, this kid is like 6'2". But he jumps out the building. He caught a couple of oops on us tonight, or this morning, actually. It is what it is. Regardless, I had fun coaching it. The Knicks, though, pulled out a win tonight to put a cap on to the weekend. That's what I'm talking about. 130-118. The Knicks played good basketball tonight, so it's great. Let's get over here. Let's talk to these guys that's in the chat. We got somebody else just joined us in the chat. Let's see who this is. Bainga. I'm not sure who that is. Somebody new. That's what's up, though. I like that. New people in the chat. All right, so let's get to it, man. Bring these guys on over here. So there you see it. C-Dog is in there. Aunt G is in there. Karim, he's up here. He's away right now. Then you got Bainga right here. So we're going to talk a little bit. Aunt G, I'm coming to you, man. Talk to me about this game. What's popping, man?
This game was exciting to watch, man. That Dennis Smith Jr. dunk, my heart stopped. He ain't make it, but that would have been bad for my mans, man. And then Knox came back and tried to do it to him after. So, man, right. I like the mentality tonight, though, man.
That's what it is. The mentality, man. The mentality tonight is, I mean, you're not going to win every game because you have that mentality, but you're always going to put yourself in a chance, in a position to be successful if you have that kind of mentality. They came out ferocious tonight.
Yeah,
right. They came out ferocious
and I don't think this defense is a fluke. I mean, because they showed the numbers. They've been trending this way for like the last 2-3 weeks. So that's good to see. I mean, that's a feather in Fizdale's cap. That these guys are developing. The defense has developed tremendously. Mm-hmm. And man, I just like that we didn't back our way into a win. Man, they went out there and they took that one, and they even styled a little bit with it. So, man, these are the kind of games that you need in this kind of season, man. You need the games where, it makes all the losing worth it. You see these young guys, come out and show who they could be. I mean, I think Dot had 27 and 5. Dennis Smith had 19, 13 and 6. Yep. Knox had 19 and 10. Moody was balling.
Everybody was hooping tonight. Everybody was hooping. Everybody got theirs tonight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, everybody got theirs. And that's a really good point, though. And they didn't back into the win. I like that. They didn't back into it. They, like as expected, the San Antonio Spurs, they tried to close the lead. The Knicks had a 23-point lead. They tried, they tried to trim it away and they tried to pull the game out. But the Knicks were able to stand tall. Right?
Yeah.
So,
and then
like
at
you
the
said,
end, I like what Mr. Robinson said. He said, I do this. So I like that.
Yeah. Definitely, man. Very good win from the Knicks tonight. Let's get around. Let's talk to some other people. Let's see what's going on. Isaiah, I'm coming to you, man. You doing all this stuff over here. I don't know what you're doing. Messing with your eyebrows or whatever you're doing. What's going on? What's up, man?
I don't want to be the negative one tonight.
Don't do it. No negativity tonight, man. It's not about that.
But guess what, Sim?
Now you can't be negative.
But Sim, the Knicks won, baby.
Right. So what can you be negative about? What can you be negative? Okay. I was about to say. I was gonna have to take you out the chat if you was gonna try to be negative.
Listen, Sim, let me go down the list.
Okay, go down the list.
First and foremost, shout out to Joe for the baby. I seen the baby. The baby's beautiful.
Yeah.
Shout out to a healthy baby. That's all God's blessings.
And check this out. Already. You know what I'm saying? The first thing we doing with the little dude is we got his hand on a small ball, and we're just doing the position. Right now we're just working on the muscle memory. We're doing the position of him dribbling the ball.
There you go.
Then the next thing to do is shooting the ball. And all we're doing is taking his arm and making it do the motion. It's called muscle memory, folks. We're going to start that muscle memory from the time he's, just days old. Joe is already doing it. That's how you train him.
If he's watching, shout out to my brother Joe. That's my guy for real. Shout out to little sis. Shout out to her making first team. Shout out to that whole team, first team. Also, can I shout out to my main man, Spike Lee? First Oscar of the year. First time getting an Oscar. Really proud of Spike Lee. He been deserved it. He should have got one a long time ago for Malcolm X. But you know what? I'm glad he got his first one. Shout out to Samuel Jackson for shouting out the Knicks tonight on the Oscars. Shout out to the Knicks winning. Everybody played great today. I'm proud of the whole team. First win in a long time. I don't care what the tanks, the wings just say. We still getting in the tank, so it don't even matter. So we doing good. So you know what, man? This is a good night. All positive tonight, man. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to you, Sim. Shout out to C-Dog. Shout out to Ed. Yeah, I'm proud of everybody tonight. It's a team effort, man. Good job, Knicks.
Yeah, it was definitely.
And the baby boy is beautiful, Sim. He's cute.
Thank you. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's been an overall great weekend, man. Been a great weekend. Let's see who we got here. We got C-Dog. What's going on, man?
What's up? Congrats good. On the first grandkid.
Nah, actually, it's the second. It's my second. Yeah, it's my second. My second grandkid. But my granddaughter, she
family already, is grown. You have to buy a bigger house.
I know. I know, man. I'm gonna have to buy a bigger house. My granddaughter, she's already hooping. She just picks it up naturally. My son said, he sits there, he's just dribbling the ball between his legs. She picks up her little basketball, starts dribbling it between her legs. Trying to dribble it between her legs. You know what I'm saying? She just picks it up and starts doing it. You pull out a little ball and her eyes get real big. She's ready to go. So she's naturally a hooper. She's ready to go.
I'm sure that's how we all started.
Yeah.
I'm sure. We all started out that way.
That's right.
Hey, the Knicks played a good game. Their shooting was, whenever they can shoot good, they have a chance to win.
Yeah.
They still gave up like 117, 118 points. No matter what the defensive numbers say, that's a lot of points.
They gave up 117. I haven't taken a chance to look at all of the numbers behind the game. But let's see what their shooting percentage is though, because in today's NBA, the game is a lot faster. People get up and down the floor.
Well, I'm not saying their defense sucks. I'm just saying the Knicks offense. The Knicks can keep the offense going. That's what they need. They can't score 100 points, 102 points and expect to win. Because in today's NBA, you got to be able to score.
You got to be able to score. And if they can score 130 points a game, they'll be all right.
Well, that's not going to happen.
But a young team,
can forget that.
Yeah, a young team is going to be up and down. Some nights they can score, some nights they can't score. Tonight's one of those nights where everybody had it going. You know what I'm saying?
I have a question for you.
All right.
Would you trade all of those young guys for Anthony Davis, or how do you feel about that?
You know what? This is something that we talked about.
Because they're going to want everybody.
Right. It's something we talked about before. And I was up in the air. I'm not going to lie. I was up in the air. Would I do it? Would I not do it? I was just talking with my son about this last night, and I think I came to the decision, no. I'm not giving up the first-round draft pick, Kevin Knox, Dennis Smith Jr., Frank Ntilikina, and all of that for AD.
And Zion.
Right, that first-round draft pick, right. So I'm not giving up the 2019 first-round draft pick, Kevin Knox, Dennis Smith Jr., Frank Ntilikina, and whoever else you got to add in there to make salaries match, plus first-round draft picks in the future. I'm not doing it. I ain't doing it. I would much rather try to get.
I did the same thing with Carmelo, and that didn't work out.
Yeah, and we're in such a better position now. I mean, we can add two guys, have that first round draft, whatever the first round draft pick is in 2019, add that to the mix, and then still have your draft picks for next year, the following year, and still have Kevin Knox and Dennis Smith Jr., those guys on your squad. And if you strike out in free agency, you still have a great future ahead of you, because you got a high draft pick, you got draft picks on your team, and you got money. You got a great future. I wouldn't do it.
Yep.
I wouldn't do it.
No need to panic.
Exactly. I'm not going to do it.
Don't let Steve Mills make no decisions, and we'll be all right.
Yeah. Especially, and we're going to come back. We're going to come back to this discussion a little bit later. You know what I mean? We're going to come back to it later, because there's some other things. Look, there's going to be some people that come available in my opinion. So yeah, I wouldn't do it. But great win by the Knicks, man. Big win, big win, big for the morale, for the confidence of the team, everything. Everything. Big shout out
Even
to
Lance Thomas played well.
Lance Thomas came in and did his thing. He had 16 points tonight. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to City for real for the super chat. Said, bring the bucket hat back. Good win. I'm going to bring it back. I promise you. I changed with the weather. I'm going to bring it back. I promise you that. Let's take a look at some stats for the night. Let me get to Kareem first. And then we can get to looking at some stats and stuff like that for the night. All right. Hold on. Let's see who this is. Let's some people in here. We got another guest in the house. I'll get to you in a minute, my man, that I just let in. And then got another dude. We'll get to you in a minute too. Bainga. We'll get to you in a minute. All right, Kareem. What's going on, Kareem?
What's up, Tim Simmer? Who
chilling,
got the
man?
keys to my Beamer?
There it is. What's poppin', man?
Yo, Fagwan, rude boy. Yo. Boom, nah. Yo, on the real, piece of the chat, the Knicks, dang, man. Yo, they was looking beautiful, man. Like, for real. Yo, listen, the last game, I was so mad at Fizdale with playing Moody all the minutes and having Smith Jr. on the bench so long. Yo, I was so pissed, I ain't even called a chat. Like, I had nothing to say. Like, and I'm not usually pissed at Fizdale. But then I thought about it. I said, you know what, though? That game, Dennis Smith Jr. was playing kind of lethargic. And I trust Fizdale with what he does for a reason. Because it seemed like today, Dennis Smith Jr. was on his game. Like, Moutier came out off the bench and started lighting it up with the points. And Smith Jr. he ain't get rattled. He's like, I'm gonna play my game. I'm playing my game. You know what I'm saying? With the assists, like he started really mixing up where it made Moutier look one-dimensional. Not saying that, not taking nothing away from Moutier, but I'm saying Desmond Jr., he definitely responded with the benching from last game. I trust Fizdale. We shot 51% from the field, 42 from downtown. We had 10 fast break points to their 0. So we played defense. We scored in transition. We played team ball. Like, yo, this is what it's all about, man. You know what I'm saying? This win right here, Dotson put together a complete game, kept his shooting stroke going. Knox, he started off a little slow. He got it going, trying to throw it on everybody. Start feeling himself. Backboard passes off the backboard for Mitch Robinson to really, put an exclamation point on the game. It's a beautiful game, man. Like, yo, this is just, a glimpse of what we're gonna look like, down the road. You know what I mean? Like, we got nothing but 1 year and 2 year players. And we beat, and the Spurs didn't want to lose that game, man. And at the end of the game, you seen the camaraderie, you seen the respect that Popovich has for Fizdale. So, yo, man, it's just a great game all around, man. And, yeah, man, move on to the next one, man. I was loving it. I was jumping out of my seat, man, screaming and cursing at the screen the whole game. Like, every time they try to come at us, off, like, yo, man, y'all taking this L, man. Y'all taking this L. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
loving that.
Yeah, we responded. We definitely. They tried to come. They tried to make that push, man, but we responded.
Yeah.
I mean, they listen. Yeah. They knew they're a veteran team. They knew. They're playing. One of the youngest teams in the league. Let's push at them. Let's make this push and see if they fold. But we didn't fold. We didn't fold tonight. We didn't fold. That's
and those alley-oop dunks in the fourth quarter, and that one off the backboard. Yeah. It was like, that's Knicks' problem closing games. They didn't close that game. They pulled the curtain down like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay. No doubt. All right, I'm gonna get to some of the guys that just joined us in a minute. Before I get there, we're gonna take we're gonna take a look at some of the stars of the game, and then we'll check out the rest of the box score. But tonight, streak stoppers. Tonight's streak stoppers, and that's what it was. What were we on? An 18-game home losing streak, something like that. 18-game home losing streak. Damian Dotson tonight, 27 points. He was 9 for 17 from the field, 8 for 13 from the three-point line, and 5 rebounds. Now, I think that those 8 3-point shots made ties J.R. Smith for the most made in Knicks history, I believe. Dennis Smith Jr., 19 points, 8 for 17 from the field, 13 assists, 6 rebounds. Kevin Knox, 19 points, 8 for 18 from the field, 2 for 3 from the free throw line, 10 rebounds. Mitchell Robinson, 15 points, 14 rebounds, and 5 blocks. The Fizz Kids, ladies and gentlemen. This is probably the core group of the Fizz Kids right here. Probably. You had Emmanuel Mudiay, who's not up here, who also had 19 points tonight. We're going to take a look. We're going to run down the box score real quick. You can see what the New York Knicks did tonight. Let's pull it on over here. Again, like we said, Kevin Knox with 19 points. Lance Thomas had 16 points, 7 rebounds, and 1 assist tonight. Lance Thomas. Listen. Lance Thomas has been on the bench. He should have fresh legs. He's been on the bench. He hasn't been playing, and he came off and he played tonight. You know what I'm saying? That's all you can ask. He's a leader, showing these guys how to be pros. Noah Vonleh, he played center tonight. Started at the center position tonight. Played 17 minutes, had 3 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Damian Dotson, like we said, just mentioned. It's not a career high, but he had 27 points tonight. Dennis Smith Jr., we talked about 19 points. Mitchell Robinson, 15. Emmanuel Mudiay, 19 points. No rebounds and only 1 assist. But he was 8 for 10 from the field. He shot 80%. Alonzo Trier had 9 points. John Jenkins had 3 points. The 10-day contract dude, Henry, He came in. Henry Ellington came in. He played 3 minutes. He didn't do much, but that's okay. He'll get a chance. But here's your Knicks. Mario Hezonja and Luke Cornett, no playing time tonight. But a great win for the Knicks. Really good win for the Knicks. And it makes you happy and giddy. The Knicks were able to pull out a win tonight. Let's take a look at the matchup. Let's take a look at some of these numbers because, C-Dog was talking about defense and that the Knicks still gave up 118 points. So I want to take a look at shooting percentages. You see the Knicks won the third. The Knicks won every quarter tonight. They won the third. They won the first quarter, 30-26. They won the second quarter, 32-27. The third quarter, 32-30. And the fourth quarter, 36-35. The Knicks' biggest lead was 23. The Spurs' biggest lead was 3 points. All right, the Spurs shot 44.7% from the field. You know what? That's not shutting them down, but it was, that's decent. That's okay. The Spurs shot 25% from the 3-point line. The Spurs made 28 free throws. 28 free throws tonight. It was 28 for 31 from the free throw line for 90%. Knicks shot 51% from the field, 43.2% from 3. The Knicks jacked up 37 threes. Maybe I shouldn't say jacked up 37 threes. They shot 37 threes. They made 16 of them. They were 73.7% from the line, 14 for 19. The Knicks lost the rebounding battle 50-49, but they made it up in the assist game. 25 assists on the night for the New York Knicks. Dennis Smith Jr. had 13 of them. San Antonio Spurs only had 18. And look, from the beginning of the game, I could see the Knicks, their offense looked energized. They were moving the ball with pace. And by pace, I do not mean getting shots up. I mean the ball was moving from side to side and then finding ways to penetrate and kick with pace, with good speed, with velocity. They were moving the ball. It wasn't sticking and standing still for too long. I mean, you're going to have your times, but it wasn't sticking and standing still. They were able to move the basketball with good pace. The Knicks had 3 steals, 7 blocks, 5 of them by Mitchell Robinson. They only had 6 turnovers tonight. Look, I mean, basically it's a pretty well-played game on both sides of the ball. San Antonio Spurs had only 7 turnovers. The Knicks had only 6 turnovers. You know what I'm saying? Good game by the New York Knicks. Good game by the New York Knicks. And I am I'm happy. Puts a feather in the cap of my weekend to see the Knicks play and win this type of game. Let's take a quick look. I just want to take a quick look at the San Antonio Spurs box score. The Spurs do not look like they are functioning well right now. All right, they're in the 7th seed out in the West. They're trying to hold on to that 7th spot. It's coming down to the stretch of the season, and it doesn't look like they're functioning as well as we're used to seeing the San Antonio Spurs function coming down the end of the season. DeMar DeRozan led the Spurs tonight with 32 points. He was 12 for 22 from the field. He had 8 rebounds, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists. You got LaMarcus Aldridge. I was never a big fan of LaMarcus Aldridge. I remember a few years ago when Phil Jackson was trying to get LaMarcus Aldridge to come to New York and play with Carmelo. I don't know. I was never like, yeah, we need to get LaMarcus. I don't know. I was never a huge fan of LaMarcus Aldridge. Never. 18 points, 3 rebounds tonight for LaMarcus Aldridge. I mean, I don't know. He's just nothing special to me. Rudy Gay, 10 points, 5 rebounds. Bertans almost got his career ended at 4 points, 4 rebounds. The Spurs just didn't do much tonight. Jacob Poeltl, 12 points, 9 rebounds, played pretty well. But there you have it for the Spurs. We'll see. We'll see. I believe that the Spurs will be in the playoffs. I think that just having Greg Pop on the sidelines will get you there with this team. I think it'll get you there. So I think they will be in the playoffs. But when I see, there's a changing of the guard. These are not the same San Antonio Spurs from years ago. Obviously, they've lost, their legendary players. Nonetheless, it's a very good win by the New York Knicks. Right? No matter, if you take a look at the standings right now, the Knicks now have 12 wins. They have the worst. And let me get this out. They have the second worst record in the league right now. The New York Knicks do. The only team worse than them are the Phoenix Suns at 11-50. And then just below the New York Knicks are the Cleveland Cavaliers at 14-45, 46. All right, the San Antonio Spurs are in the 7th spot. They are now 33-28. They've lost 2 in a row. They're not really a good road team. They're 11-21 on the road. Not a good road team at all. They're decent at home, 22-7. I believe that the Spurs will hold on to this 7th spot, maybe even move up to the 6th or the 5th seed. But anyway, enough about the San Antonio Spurs. The New York Knicks pulled off a very nice win tonight. Let's get back to talking to some of the guys in the video chat. And if you want to call in, feel free to give me a call, 516-405-2246. Give me a call. Number's right there, 516-405-2246. Give me a call. And subscribe to the channel if you're not yet subscribed. Ring that notification bell. Get a notification anytime that I go live. And give me a thumbs up. All right, let's talk to these guys in the video chat. And, see what these guys are thinking. My man that showed the Ewings, I'm coming to you because you showed the Ewings, man. Listen, let me tell you something. Yeah, them joints, they dope. They're pretty dope too, my man. They're tough. Thank you. Hey, let me tell you something, man. Like, I was so happy that Ewings came back. Really.
At a reasonable price.
Because listen, when I was young, I was living upstate New York. I was living in Utica, New York, right? And everybody was rocking them. Everybody had them. I was too poor to afford them.
Oh, man.
Right? And it was, I just my mother just didn't have the money to get them. But I wanted them so bad. And then I went and I lived, I stopped living with my mother, went and I lived with my father. And I got me a summer job, man. And I saved up I didn't spend no money over the summer. All I did is go to work. I was working at like a summer camp. Go to work, play basketball, and save my chips. That's all I did all summer long, is save my chips. Right?
Which ones did you get? Which ones did you end up getting?
And what's the I can't think of it. I can't think of the name. I can't think of the model, the model of them right now. But they were purple and green. They had the strap that went around it with the 33 on top. Yo, they was dope, man. I saved all my chips for school clothes and got my Ewings, and I was happy as ever. I went to bed that night. You know what I'm saying? I took them out the box. I put them on top of the box, and I went to sleep staring at them. That up. You know what I'm saying? That ass. So, now I got a few pair now. You know what I'm saying? So I was so happy.
Yeah, I got all of them.
You say you got all of them?
I got a lot of them. I got too many. Okay. I got a lot of them.
Okay. All right. I see. I see Sea Dog showing his up there. You know what I'm saying? I seen you just pull out another pair. That's what's up, man.
You gotta see the hat collection too, man. You know, we got the Knicks hats.
Yeah, I got some, I got a few pair of Ewins. I got PUMA Clydes, you know what I'm saying? So now, because I got my own money now, I kind of make up for back then, because I was always a sneakerhead type of dude. I make up for it. I make up for it now. You know what I'm saying? I make up for it now. So yeah, that's what's up, man. So what's your take on the game tonight? And one of these days,
very exciting, bro. It was good. By the way, I go by Teddy Payson, from the Bronx.
Okay. Oh, no doubt. Big shout out, Teddy.
And it was real excitement, man. I really loved it. I liked the offense. It was like, the little dumb turnovers. You can't do nothing about it. And a couple of fouls by Kevin Knox. He kept getting under the defenders. But he'll learn. He'll learn, man. It's still growing pains with these young guys,
Of course.
Fizdale said it in the interview. He said, I'm dealing with a 19-year-old. I got a 19-year-old kid, and I'm 27. I know I look 19, but I'm 27. So, it's like, let them grow. They're going to learn.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't do that. I don't want AD on the Knicks. I'm tired of the Knicks, trading so much asset to get back a marquee guy that's, might not be as high as we want that person to be.
Right.
We've done that move so many times that I really want to go a different direction. I want to see them develop these young guys and building through the drafts, and if it's possible, pick up one guy or two guys from the free agency.
Right. I mean, if we got the money to do it, you got the money to do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to sell out the house either, man. I don't want to sell out and
at least give one guy a max. I don't want to give two guys. Okay. I don't. I give one guy a max and then try to give like a 2-year contract to another guy, or 3 years, but no max.
Yeah, I feel you. All right, man. Hey, it was a great win tonight. I'm happy about
it.
Win.
Them alley-oops, man. Even if they lose, at least they playing with grit and some excitement. Because before the trade, it was like no excitement. The Knicks played dead. At least now it's just alley-oops that they doing right now, which is working, but it's still bringing excitement to the team. And also, what's the word? For the young guys, it keeps them motivated. Right. Seeing I'm sure they excited too off them alley-oops, off the backboard,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, hey, I'm gonna come back around to you, my man. Hey, you know what, Teddy? One of these days, you got to come on and just show us your Ewing collection. You know what I mean?
I'll show you the hat collection too.
Yeah. Just make sure, you got, just make sure nowhere along the line, just make sure nowhere along the line people can see your address and nothing like that. Cause some people say, oh, he got some crazy Ewings over there. We might need to jump over in that spot. Yeah, just be careful with that. But,
I mean, if they want to come to the projects, I'm by the Bronx Zoo. Zoo, so it's kind of dangerous over here.
I feel you. All right, let me get around. I'll be back. I don't know who that was. I just seen. I think that was Kareem. Just showed those, them blue and orange Pumas, kind of fly. Caller, you on live enough for the Knicks? What's popping? Oh, that was cute. That was Sea Dog. Yeah, them joints. They tough, man. They tough.
What's going on, fam?
Yeah, what's popping, man? What's good with you?
It's Emmanuel.
Hey, what's up with you, man? How you feel about the game tonight?
Man, I was nervous as hell. I thought they was gonna slip up. I'm not gonna lie, I was waiting for a collapse.
Yeah, I think everybody was. I think everybody was waiting for that collapse. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody was waiting for it. But they still strong. Never came.
Yeah, that fourth quarter was long as hell for me.
Right. I feel you. It never came though. So yeah, man. And this is what the future could look like.
Yo, but I don't think Thomas is getting enough credit, man. He showed out tonight.
Yeah.
He was the leader on that floor, and he was finally putting up some shots. He did his thing on both sides of the floor also. I want to give credit to Thomas.
Right. And look, it's not just the leader on the floor. I think it's, showing leadership overall by being ready, just being ready at the drop of a dime. When the coach calls you to come in and start a game after you haven't been playing for, 4 or 5 games, you haven't touched the ball, you haven't touched the floor, to be ready to come in and play. You know what I'm saying? That's a big shout out to my man. You know what I'm saying? You got to be ready to come in and play. He doesn't complain that he's not playing. He's not requesting a trade or demanding this or demanding that. He's just taking his position. You know what I'm saying? This is what the coach gave me to do. Coach said I may get playing time, I may not. I need to be a leader out here, and that's what I'm doing. So yeah, he deserves a lot of credit. Cause it's not easy.
Hey man, another thing that's starting to keep up to my mind, that's starting to bother me, is what's gonna end up happening with Frank. Man, I feel like in a sense like the team is doing him dirty. Like I don't feel like he's getting enough enough opportunity to burn. You know what I'm saying? Now watch when he comes back. Like how this is gonna unfold with him, Trey, Moutier, and Dennis.
Yeah.
So I know he could basically play with anybody, but the thing is, what is going to be the opportunity that they're going to give him? You understand what I'm saying? So that's looking kind of scary for what is going to unfold for him, because I want to see him develop as a player, but I don't feel like he's getting that opportunity to.
Yeah. I guess it remains to be seen what happens when he comes back. It's definitely going to be interesting to see how he's used when he comes back. Now, I don't expect Lance Thomas to continue getting, how many minutes did he have tonight? However many minutes he had tonight, I don't expect Lance Thomas to continue to get those kind of minutes. So maybe Frank gets those minutes. Mario Hezonja is not playing. I guess that doesn't mean anything. Someone's getting his minutes. I'm sure, Fizz will try to fit some minutes in there for him. I don't think it's going to be at the guard spot, though. Right? I think, when Frank comes back,
it's going to be at the 2 and the 3.
The 2 and the 3. It's going to be at the 2 and the 3. It's not going to be at the guard spot. You got Moutier, you got Dennis Smith Jr. there. Frank's going to come back, and they're going to put him at the 2 or the 3. That's just my opinion. That's what I think.
They're basically gonna give him like a Lance Thomas role, like, as in, when I say that, I mean like being a glue guy, like him. They're gonna develop him. They want him there defensively first, and let his offense come after. You know what I'm saying? Develop after, but I want to see him with the ball in his hands a little bit more.
Yeah.
But since now Dennis is here, I think that ship has sailed.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you. I think it's going to be kind of like this, that, as far as being a primary guard, at least for this team, he's not going to be that, right? Because I don't think he does what Fizdale wants to be done as far, on the style of offense that he wants to play. So he's definitely not going to be a primary guard, but I don't think that means that he will never, ever have the ball in his hands. It just may not be as much as we would have liked to see, but that doesn't mean that, we just got to see how it works out. You know what I'm saying? He could.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. He's a glue guy. He plays 3 positions. So you know what I'm saying? You could put him any. That's what's beautiful about his game. That's why he has so much value, because you could put him at 3 positions.
Yeah.
And teams, that's what it's like. But right now, his approach is mental. That's why I want the ball in his hand.
Yeah.
In his hands a little bit more, because I want him to get over that mental hump. So he could develop a little bit. But
yeah,
I guess that's it for me, though.
All right. Well, before you move on, man, we're about to talk about Damian Dotson. Damian Dotson, the first time in his career, he has consecutive 20-point games. What do you think about that? Can he continue? Do you
continue what?
To for the remainder of this season? I'm not going to say he's going to have 20-point games, every game the rest of the season, but from now to the end of the season, can he average 20 points a game, Damian Dotson?
No. For no, because he's young and he's still young, so he's gonna be inconsistent.
Mm-hmm.
But what I love about Dotson is that Dotson knows his role. Period. Dotson doesn't do anything that he knows that is outside of his game. You know what I'm saying? So anything that Dotson attempts to do, Dotson knows that he can do. He's beautiful off curls. His catch and shoot game is beautiful. He's a great defensive player. Like,
yeah.
So he's good. He's straight. I don't think he's gonna score over 20 right now. I don't think that's within him. He's gonna be inconsistent because he's young. But I think he's good. His future is bright.
Yeah. Oh yeah, his future is definitely bright. Yeah. I'm looking to see. He's starting. He's going to be getting over 30 minutes a game, and he's definitely going to get his shots. I know he's going to be inconsistent, but I think I know what you're saying though, because he's the kind of player that if he's handing off, he's not going to force it. So he may not,
he doesn't force shots.
Right, he's not going to force it.
He plays within his game.
Yeah,
he's not like Hardaway that.
Right.
Regardless of how the game is going, he's gonna chuck.
Right.
So it's not Dotson. So Dotson is more composed, and I think that comes from playing all those years at Houston.
Mm-hmm.
I think that comes from college, from being a veteran college player coming into the league. He understands a little bit more his role.
Right.
So.
Right. Yeah. You might be right about that, man. You might be right about it. I guess we'll see. Let's see how long he can keep it up. See how long.
Yeah, but I love the Knicks to keep him. He's gonna have a great future. I want to see him remain a Knick through his whole process.
Yeah, because he could have.
To lose him.
And this is the thing about Damian Dotson is he brings a lot of value to the Knicks, right? But he's also a prime trading chip, right? Because he brings his value. His value is more than his contract, I think. The value that he brings to your team is more than his contract.
I can't remember what team it was, but there was a couple of teams asking for him at the deadline also.
Yeah. That's the scary thing about Damian Dotson, because a team would love to have someone like Damian Dotson as filler. Right, they might consider him filler to make the salaries work, but the other team may not just look at him as filler because of his age, and they see the things that he can do. He can play defense. He's more valuable than his contract, which could make him a prime target to be traded if it came to that. I hope he stays around though.
Same.
Yeah. All right, man. Appreciate the call, man. It's been a while, so I know sometimes it's hard to get through things. So I'm glad you called in, man.
And congrats on your grandson.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
No doubt.
All right, peace. Hey, Damian Dotson tonight, 27 points. Again, 9 for 17 from the field, 8 for 13 from the three, 5 rebounds. He's a good defender. He's still not a guy that I think can go out and just create his own shot. He's not that type of a player, but that's cool. He doesn't need to be. He can catch a shoot. Every once in a while, take it to the rack. That's all we need. You know what I'm saying? And if he's an accurate shooter, he might be able to give us. Maybe he can give us 20 points a night for the rest of the season. I want to know what you guys think about. Again, the Knicks beat the San Antonio Spurs 130-118 to stop a historic home losing streak. Caller, you're on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's pop?
Hey, how you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. How are you?
First time caller. Pretty good, man. First time caller. I enjoy the show. Diehard Knicks fan. So yeah, I was super impressed with the way they played tonight. I think Dotson has got the potential to be one of those guys that they can count on consistently, and he showed it over the past couple games. he's just got that form. I think he's more like a 3-point specialist, but he plays at the other end of the floor as well, very well. So he's like a two-way player. And I think Robinson, I think if he could develop, some more offense from him, I think he could be potentially, like a better version of Dwight Howard in the future. So, I mean, I think we got a bright future. We already know what Knox's potential is. I mean, I don't know if anybody else noticed, but if you look at Dennis Smith box score, I mean, what do you get? 19 and 16 and then 6? I mean, that's almost like Westbrook numbers, I mean, he has the potential to be great point guard. I'm just a little worried about, the other guys that used to be in the mix that aren't getting involved. I mean, if you think about it, it's almost a completely different team from like a couple weeks ago that we're rooting for. And when we traded Porzingis, I was heartbroken. I thought, what are we going to do? So, I mean,
I don't even know if I'm ready to say it's almost a completely different team. This is, once you add one player, it's a different team.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's definitely a completely different team. I mean, if you look at the starting lineup tonight, well, DeAndre Jordan wasn't here, but usually DeAndre Jordan is in that starting lineup. I mean, when you get 2/5 of your lineup has changed, 2/5 of your starting lineup has changed. And now you got John Jenkins, who's playing a few minutes. Your team is totally different. Totally different.
He's been playing great, Jenkins. I mean, he came from Atlanta? I remember he was on Atlanta.
He was on Atlanta,
right?
And then
Okay.
But then I think he was in.
And who's the guy they recently just signed like this 10-day contract? Henry Ellenson or something?
Yeah. I think both of the guys were in the G League. But
he came from Detroit, I believe, right?
But what's his name? John Jenkins is now on a 2-year contract with the Knicks.
Oh, so they did sign him for 2 years.
Yeah. Well, it's a 1 year, and then they have the option for the next year or something like that. I haven't really looked at it, but something like that. But but yeah, for all intents and purposes, 2 years. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, man, it feels extremely good to finally see our team thriving. I mean, how many games we watch where we gotta watch them lose.
It feels good. It does. It definitely feels good to get this win tonight. It feels really good to get this win tonight. Really good.
And against a good Spurs team.
And against a decent team.
The Spurs are they're no bums. I mean, they're a good team. They got like DeRozan, Aldridge. They got some lineup. I mean, I'm looking at the lineup and I'm saying, because I missed the game. I had to go back and watch it, and I'm saying to myself, who's out tonight for the Spurs that the Knicks won?
Yeah,
and
nobody was out.
They had everybody, right?
Yeah, there was just man.
So that just shows the potential that we could be, especially if we land a guy like. Hopefully, Zion, because he'll attract the free agents to come. I mean, I think if we land a guy like Morant or John Morant or even the Duke point guard, what's his name again? The Duke point guard. If we land a guy like that, I think that we're not going to be as, free agents aren't going to want to come to us as if we got a Zion Williamson, because he's like, I think like the next LeBron James in a lot of people's minds.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, I mean, we'll see about that. We'll see what he is when he comes to the league. Everything is different when you come to the league. The game changes.
Right.
But,
Do you really think it's that much of a difference if we're in first, second, or third? Bottom of the league worst record. Do you really like the Suns got
the difference is this. Mm-hmm. Obviously, if you're in that top 3, then you're automatically gonna have a 14% chance of getting that first pick. But what happens is, if you're the first, if you're that number 1 pick, then the lowest you can fall is 4th. which is
okay. So I get it. Okay.
Yeah,
so what were the Suns last year? They got the number 1 pick, right? What did they finish?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they finished last year. I'd have to go back and look. I'm not positive.
Okay.
Right now, the Knicks are in that second spot. Still got 22 games left to the season. We'll see what it is. Listen, if I'm David Fizdale, I'm just telling the guys, let's go out there and ball. Don't worry about that. Let's just go out there and play. That's all.
Right.
That's all you can do.
Right. That's what I want to see at least. And right. I agree.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, like I said, extremely, fulfilling seeing them play the way they played tonight. I mean, every shot Dotson put up, man, I was going nuts. After he did it the other night he had like 6-7 threes. I'm like, this guy's shooting lights out. Yeah. And we got him in the second round. And we got Money Mitch in the second round.
Exactly.
I mean,
and guys in the chat are saying if you're first, you can fall no further than fifth. So,
okay.
Either way, there's a limit on how far you can fall if you have that first pick.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I feel like it really. I don't know. I really would like to get top 3. If we don't get the first pick, I would like top 3 because those, like I said, those 3 key guys to me are, the point guard from Duke, Morant, and Zion. So, although I do like the other kid, Cam Reddish, I think a lot of people sleep on him. I think he could be something special. Okay. I think he's going to be he's going to, shock a lot of people.
He might. But, sometimes I watch him. He seems to jack. He seems to jack it a little bit. But
right,
young guy. Yeah, he's definitely gonna have a bright future when he gets into the league. Man, I appreciate the call. I'm gonna move on. I want to ask some more people about.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you.
I appreciate the call.
All right. Have a great night.
Have a great night. Have a great start to your week. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's find out. Let's talk to guys in the appearance. I want to know what they think about Damian Dotson and can Damian Dotson. Oh, well, I got my man Tony Crow calling in. Let's talk to Tony. See what Tony thinks. I haven't heard from Tony in a minute. T Crow, what's popping, man?
Yo, Black is time. Shout out to the chat. What up, son?
I'm chilling, man. Chilling.
Yeah, man. We got that second monkey off our back.
That's it. That's what I'm talking about, man. We got it off our back. Great win.
And this is by far the best win of the season. I mean, easy. We haven't had many, but this was definitely the best win of the season. I mean, you can go down the line of who did what, and everybody performed.
Yeah.
Knox got another double-double. I mean, there ain't nothing to, it ain't nothing to, but it's a double-double. You know what I mean? He hasn't had. I think that's only his second one.
But that's big though, man. That's big. And
the rebounds is what that's what we want to see from him.
That's
what I mean. That's showing strength and development.
Right. That's what I was gonna say.
Because the offense is gonna come.
Yeah, and I think that I think that's something that he's been focusing on too. He hears it. He knows it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think that's something that he's been focusing on too. Is his rebounding. Nice to see him get what he had 10, 11 rebounds tonight.
I want to say 11. I think he got one more at the end.
Yeah.
At the end of the game.
Yeah.
So Dennis Smith put on a little show.
Yep.
What I really loved was I want to say we had about maybe 3 to 5 turnovers, maybe 6 by the end of the game.
We had 6 turnovers.
But I know sometime late in the fourth we had only 3 turnovers.
Yeah. We ended up with 6, but you know what I'm saying? You can't 6 turnovers, man. That's great. And a lot of times throughout the season, what we've said is the Knicks had 6 turnovers because they're playing a little more selfish, right? They're not passing the balls, a little more iso ball. Mm-hmm. But we can't say that tonight. They had 25 assists. Dennis Smith Jr. had 13. So they're taking chances on passing the ball. At least Dennis Smith Jr. is. And they still only had 6 assists. That tells me that they're running they're running more offensive sets, and you can see it. They're running more offensive sets, a little bit more comfortable with each other. This group is a little more comfortable with each other, and they're paying a little bit more attention to detail. And
that's one of the things. You know how a lot of people got on Fizdale early, talking about his play calling, and I mean, honestly, I think you was on him a little bit too.
I was on him.
Wanting to see more sets ran, and I mean, I know one of my defenses for him was you got to feel out the players, but you look at
but now
a couple people leave, a couple people come in. And you see a big difference. I mean, automatically, Tim Hardaway just not chucking for no reason,
right?
Changes the game.
Changes things up.
You know, astronomically.
Yeah, and there was a point. Just before All-Star in January where he said he's at the point now where he wants to start to hold people accountable. See, I wanted him to do that from the beginning, but it's neither here nor there now. He said, this is what I'm going to start doing now. Now it's going to be, I'm not going to give you so many options. You got to do this, you got to do that. And I think it's easier for him to do it with having the lineup that he has out there now. Because when you had Tim Hardaway Jr., I think it was hard for him to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's easier now with these young guys. I mean, even though Tim Hardaway is young, but it's easier now. You had Enes Kanter, you had Tim Hardaway. Both these guys looking, want to be crucial parts of the team, both of those guys basically were trying to take the next step in their career. Tim Hardaway trying to take the next step to be a star player. And Enes Kanter as well, trying to take that next step to become an all-star player, right? Both of them. And that makes it hard for you to hold them guys accountable for certain things, especially, when Tim Hardaway was getting a lot of burn. Now you got young guys that he can hold accountable a little bit easier than when Tim Hardaway was out there. And I think that's big as far as what we're seeing.
I was a big defender of Tim Hardaway Jr., saying he could potentially earn his contract. Saying it wasn't, necessarily that bad. And his biggest problem overall is shot selection. If he would just take good shots, he could be a great player.
He probably could.
You know what I mean?
He could. He could.
Or at least a great offensive player.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
His defense needs work. But, shout out to Dotson.
Yeah, that's the next thing I want to ask.
He's filling that role beautifully. Mm-hmm. I think he could potentially average 20 or at least 18 the rest of the way, just because he takes good shots.
Yeah.
Like, if this guy puts up 34 shots, he's probably scoring 50 that game. You know what I mean? Like, he's not going to take 30-something shots unless he's just on fire.
He's just on fire. Because even tonight, he took 17 shots. He only took 17 shots even tonight.
How many he made?
I think he was 9 for 17.
There you go.
Yep.
That's like what, 56%?
I hope that he can.
58%?
I hope that he can, man. I hope that he can, average 20 points a game for the rest of the season. I'd like to see that. I think he could do it. Yeah. Now, if he does it, see, this is the hard thing. I'm not sure. I think he has one more year left on his contract, if I'm not mistaken. I think he has one more year left on his contract. Let me see. Damian Dotson makes $1.3 million this year, and he makes 1.6 next year. Right. So. If he averages 20 points per game coming down the end of the season, the stretch of this season, I mean, he's going to greatly outplay his, his contract, which makes him, like I said earlier, it makes him a prime person to be trade bait. Which I hope that we can keep him. I hope we can keep him.
I'm of the thinking like we might not need to. I don't think we should trade any of our guys. You know what I mean? Like I give KP the finger because he wanted to leave, but like you look at the young guys we got.
Mm-hmm.
Is if we don't make a mistake and bring the wrong person in, like we still good. You look at Mitchell Robinson, what he could become. Kevin Knox, what he could become. Dennis Smith, I still throw Frank in there. Whatever draft pick we decide on, I think we in a good position to, like we wanted to do from the beginning, build for the future. And the cap space is always a good thing. Because if it really comes down to it, you could absorb a good contract. You know what I mean? Of a star that doesn't want to be where they are.
Right.
So
agree with you there.
I mean, I'm of the mindset of not trading anybody. Dotson. I mean, if you want to just imagine for the stars, you could be like AD. We got a future. Mitchell Robinson. We got a future AD. Knox a future Durant. Dotson a future Thompson. You know what I mean? Like, switch Army Knife and Frank. Dennis Smith. Steve Francis. I mean, like, and just build these guys together.
Yeah, I feel you.
We with the right group, we could potentially surprise the East and make the finals like OKC did that year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel you, man. Let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens. Hey, Tony, I'm gonna play this clip real quick. All right. This is David Fizdale, a little bit of a David Fizdale's press conference. All right, so I'm gonna play this. Let me know, can you hear this? All right.
Yeah.
Can you hear that?
No, I didn't hear it.
All right, I don't think you were able to hear that.
All right, I'm gonna hang up. Get some more calls in. I'm gonna continue listening on the stream.
Okay, no doubt, man. I appreciate the call, bro.
No doubt. I'll holler at you later. Your Black is time. Shout out to the chat.
Yes, folks. Damian Dotson could be, and I hate to say it, but Damian Dotson could be a prime person that gets traded. I hate to say it. You know what I'm saying? Because he may greatly outplay his contract.
That was beautiful.
So I hate it. But anyway, let's take a moment. We'll talk about that in a minute when I get back to the video chat. We're going to talk about Damian Dotson, his consecutive 20-point games. Can he continue? And does that make him a prime trading chip? Right? But in the meantime, let's listen to David Fizdale. All right, talk about tonight's win. Let's go.
Coach, congratulations on the win tonight. What was more impressive, the fact you guys played the full 48 or that national anthem?
I don't know, because she blew it out, right? That was beautiful, man. I almost started tearing up. Us winning was better. Because we really, our guys needed to feel that at home. And the fans were amazing, and we got a lot of contributions.
You guys built up that 23-point lead in the third quarter, and Spurs cut it pretty quick. What did you think of the guys hanging on there? We've the last two games, the one in Atlanta and the one here, when we got the lead and somebody really made a pushback, we've shown some resilience and dug in and executed the way we needed to. We still made a couple of mistakes. My 19-year-old threw the ball in the backcourt like it was still a college, but stuff like that. But other than that, man, I just really proud of how hard they competed.
When you say the fans are amazing, you mean like tonight or in general?
In general, they just have been so supportive. You know, even in our losses, the amount of support that I've been getting and the team's been getting has been phenomenal. You know, obviously no one wants to lose and go through, you know, a losing season, but, you know, understanding where we are and what we're trying to accomplish, you know, I really commend our fans for how they've been, you know, really staying behind us.
You said how important Dotson's shooting has been. I mean, how big was it to get that?
Huge, man. His confidence is just going through the roof now, you know, and what was beautiful about tonight is he had a full 48 of it. You know, the other night he came out blazing, but he couldn't get it back going. But tonight he just played all the way through the 48, and he really, you know, competed hard against the all-star guard in DeRozan.
Coach, you've been very complimentary what Lance brings to the team out there. What did you see from him tonight defensively, the way he had these guys focused?
Just he played like a captain should play and how a captain would play in a desperate situation. He set the tone defensively. He made his open shots. You know, I drew the plays in the huddle, but he led the huddles. I know you guys get tired of it, but this guy is valuable to me and, you know, and to these guys.
Coach, can you talk about the poise the team showed, especially on offense with the ball? Only 6 turnovers compared to the other night.
That is huge for us. 23 turnovers the other night. We watched all of them from the Minnesota game because that, you know, that's the one thing I think all year we have kind of kept a handle on. We haven't been a huge turnover team every night, and for some reason against Minnesota, you know, to their credit, you know, they really turned us over. So we went into the lab and we watched the film and talked about, you know, really cherishing the ball and you know, cherishing possessions.
Dave, very early on in the game, I think first minute in, there was that strange play where Kevin and Dennis both go up and it goes in and you're kind of laughing on the sideline. I mean, what are you thinking at that moment? You have to surrender. I basically just surrendered to all of the crazy stuff that could possibly happen to us in the game. They pick up new stuff every time, these young dudes. And so I just had to laugh, you know. At some point, you just stop resisting and you just laugh. And, you know, that was, you know, one of them moments.
You look like at the end you had a pretty long conversation with Pop. Could you tell us anything that he tells you in this?
No, other than the fact that, you know, I told him how much I love him and respect him and appreciate him. And, you know, for everything that he's not just done for me, but for this game. And, you know, every chance I get when I see him, I try to tell him that.
Did you get any sense that this streak was weighing on them? Obviously, there was the overall streak, too, but that you just come into each game, does it change anything when you're dealing with that?
Nope. We didn't even talk about it.
After the fact?
We didn't talk about it. We didn't talk about it in the locker room. None of it. We just, you know, like I said, every night, for whatever reason, and that's why I really like this group of guys, they get over it fast and they get back to work. They get over it, they get back to work. And at some point, you know, the basketball guys will look out for you when you're doing that. And they just stayed with it and chipped away. And, you know, we beat a good team tonight.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's David Fizdale talking about the Knicks' victory tonight, and I think a lot of what he said is right. I agree with a lot of what he said. You know, I know, you know, we've all talked about David Fizdale being a used car salesman and all that kind of stuff, and he is for all intents and purposes. I will say that. But so far, I don't want to say so far, with the group that we have now, he's been able to at least motivate the guys, and I think we're starting to see a little bit more, at least tonight. And, you know, so we're always going to be able to say this in a win. Let's see if we can say this in a loss where it was a good loss. The guys played good, they executed, they did those things, and we lost the game. Let's see if we have one of those where we can say they're still executing and they're still doing the things that Fizdale wants them to do. You know, let's see if that happens. And because we're gonna have some games coming up that's gonna be tougher to win. I'm proud to get this win though, and big shout out for David Fizdale for keeping these guys together, employing Lance Thomas. Like he said, Lance Thomas is his guy. He said Lance Thomas is invaluable to him. Invaluable to him, man. I see a lot of people always in our chat to say Lance Thomas needs to be traded, get Lance Thomas out of here, blah, 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 blah. But like Emmanuel was saying, Lance Thomas is invaluable to this team and the leadership that he brings. And I know a lot of people are going to laugh about it and say whatever, blah, all that kind of stuff. That's cool. One day you guys will get it. One day you guys will get it. Let's get it back over to the video chat. And in a minute, we'll talk. We'll hear from Dennis Smith Jr. as well in a minute. But right now, we're going to get back over to the video chat and talk about Damian Dotson. Okay, we're going to talk about Damian Dotson and is he out? What he's going to do for the rest of the season. So let's talk to these guys, man. Let's talk to them. I'm going to start off. We got I got my man here. We don't do no smoking on this joint right here. So I had to take him up out of there. I'm gonna come to Mark. Hey Mark, are you ready? I'm coming to you, bro. Coming to you, Mark.
What's good?
What's good with you, man? It's been a minute.
What's happening?
I'm chilling.
Good win tonight, right?
Yeah, nice win tonight.
You came on here with an extra step tonight. I seen you, boy.
Extra pep, man. It's been a great weekend all around. You know what I mean? It's been a great weekend.
Let me tell you something. Listen, man.
Tonight.
Let me tell you something. That boy Mitch, man. Listen, man. I'm telling y'all, man. That boy is learning on the fly faster than anything I've seen for a player that don't know how to play basketball.
Yeah, he is.
It is nuts.
No doubt about that.
But what's the topic, man?
So we're talking about Damian Dotson right now. Second consecutive, he has consecutive 20-point games for the first time in his career.
Yeah.
Can he continue? Can he average 20 points per game for the rest of the season? And if he does, is he going to make himself a prime trade chip?
Listen, he's somebody that I want to keep. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, me too. I want to keep.
Because listen, Fizdale is running plays for him. The shots that he's getting is from plays. He does not need the ball to be effective. He's a good on-ball defender, but what he has to learn how to play is his off-ball. Jesus Christ, his off-ball is terrible. But his on-ball and he has decent. He could become a slightly good playmaker. He become a slightly playmaker, but he is a shooter. That's what he was in college, and that's what Fizdale is pushing him to be. If you've been watching him for the last 2 games, 3 games, 4 games, Fizdale is running plays. It's more plays being played now because he got a point guard that can open up the defense now a little more, open up the get to the pin a little more. But Dotson is someone I'm keeping just because of the contract that we have him at. That is good. But right. He is somebody that I believe in because it's all about consistency with him. Because you can see he could shoot the ball. It's just about consistency.
Now, my thing, what I was saying is not that we would be looking to trade him, but because he would, he's going to make $1.6 million next year. If he averages 20 points per game coming down the stretch, other teams are going to look at him and say, wow, he really brings some value. Not that he's going to average 20 points per game. But, they're going to look at his skill set. He plays defense, the things he can do. He can catch and shoot. And they're going to look at that, and he's going to have a lot of value, which means if the Knicks try to trade for Anthony Davis or make some other kind of trade, which we're going to get into talking about in a little bit,
okay,
he could be somebody that's a prime trade chip.
Listen, it's like the only way I would trade for Anthony Davis is those other 2 comes. Because if those 2 land here, then I'm making that trade for Anthony Davis. There's nothing to speak about because if we get all 3 of them here, you just want to get those 3 players here because that's finals. We're talking about going from a tanking team to the finals next year if all 3 landed here. What are y'all not understanding? Celtics will be weak. The only team you'll probably have to worry about is probably Philly. But we will be cream of the crop We will be in the finals next year if all three. That is no debate. If we land Kevin Durant and Kyrie, and Anthony Davis wants to come, well, he wants to be in a big market. He's aiming for big markets that he want to be seen. And that's why the Knicks are a big play. But if those three are here, we don't have to worry about going over luxury tax. Dolan will pay that. What do y'all want? I want to be in the finals next year, or just trying to figure it out? No, you go get those three big monsters. You got one that's 25 years old, you got one that's 26, and you got one that's 30. There's no debate. There's none.
So you are one that would trade the kids for AD.
Sam, that would be dumb if we don't. If we land all three of them, why wouldn't you? We would have two of the top 5. We would have 3 of the top 15 players in the league. Do you realize that?
True. I mean, that's true. I realize that.
And think about this. Anthony Davis is a Golden State killer. Like, Golden State can't do nothing against Anthony Davis. And then we have a 7-foot in KD that no one they garden can stop. And then we have Kyrie. Come on, are you kidding me?
I don't know, man.
Are you kidding me?
If I can get 2 guys, without AD coming here, I think I like having flexibility moving forward with being able to have the draft pick, continue to have my draft picks moving forward, and have a bunch of young guys that can grow up in roles around those 2 guys.
Christ. Let me ask you a question.
And roles
as good as I understand you got faith in these young kids, but none of these young kids are Anthony Davis even put together.
I get that. It's not about having faith in the young kids, right? To me, it's about sustainability, right? Because I believe that if you do get Kawhi and KD, Kyrie and KD, you probably make it to you're gonna have a shot to make it to the championship anyway, right? But listen, hold up.
If I get all 3, that's a championship team.
Hold up. Right? But I do believe in sustainability and being able to be a successful organization for years to come, not just for the next 3 to 5 year period. Right?
So let me ask you a question.
But I also hold up. I also feel like, yes, if you got all 3, you are gonna have veterans who are knocking down your door to sign veteran minimums to play with these guys. You're right. You're going to. But I also feel like you could have 2 guys, and then you got like Dennis Smith Jr., Kevin Knox, Frank. You have these guys that can grow in the next 2-3 years and be role players around them that can be role players or turn into stars in your organization for the next 7 to 10 years. You can be a championship contender for the next 7 to 10 years. Instead of being a contender for 2 to 3 years, and then now you got to try to figure out how you're going to, bring in this players, and that player.
Let me ask you a question. Do you realize if we attain all 3 of them, do you realize we will have them for 4 years? 4 years.
That's what I said, 3 to 5 years.
So you're telling me you would not take the chance in being in the finals for 4 years straight other than figuring it out?
It's going to be 4 years straight.
Are you?
You know what?
Are you kidding me?
You know what? I don't know if it's going to be 4 years straight, though. Anthony Davis has injury problems. Kyrie Irving also has injury problems.
We don't know with the injury stuff.
I'm just saying,
bro.
Hey, the only thing I can do is base it off of history and facts. Both of them have had injury issues. Not long-standing injury issues, no, but they've both had injury issues. And you're talking about 4 years from now, both of them are going to be older. Right.
All right, so let me ask you a question now. I'm about to make a point, a very vital point, and why it's gonna happen. It might happen because when Kyrie and KD land here, do you realize they're not waiting for young players? Do you realize that? KD's at a point where it's do or die now. So that is the dilemma. If we want KD, We have to make the necessary moves to make him happy.
Right, but listen, you won't have to wait for young players. Because listen, hold up. You're not gonna. You'll have some young players. You're gonna have your core, right? If you don't make any trades, and you would assign KD and Kyrie, you're still gonna have Kevin Knox, Dennis Smith Jr., Mitchell Robinson, Frank Ntilikina, right? That's 4 guys. Damian Dotson, that's 5 guys. You got 2 more in KD and Kyrie. You still got to fill out 5 other slots that you can use, that you can bring veterans to put around them.
So
right?
you're telling me
other vets to put around them, but now you still got a core, and you got the draft pick. So now you got a core of 5 guys that you can grow up together, and you can still bring in 4 other veterans to put around, so that veterans that know how to win.
You see, the thing with me is I'm not worried about veterans not coming here, because if all 3 of them land here, it's gonna just having those 3. Veterans ain't gonna think twice to be in New York City to play with 3 of the top 15 players. Like, which veteran would not take a deal to come live in New York and try to compete and win a championship here for the next 4 years? Because that will be the timeline. And if I could get 4 years into the finals, being a New York fan, it's not a debate. That would be the most stupidest thing, to leave a 25-year-old generation, a 25-year-old, 28, 13, 4 blocks, 2 still player. That is asinine.
I'm not saying that he's not. Right? But you also got to consider this. He's going to opt out no matter where he goes.
Hold on.
No, don't.
This is where I got to stop you.
No. He's going to opt out. He's opting out in 2020. Anthony Davis is opting out in 2020 because no matter where he goes, instead of signing an extension, he can get a better deal by opting out. He's opting out in 2020.
But if we got him, we would have his rights.
We would.
Right? Yeah, and what you're not understanding,
he wouldn't be unrestricted. He wouldn't be unrestricted. You'd have his rights you'd have his bird rights to be able to.
And that's why it will work out for the Knicks, because it goes right into our cap to sign all 3 players. And money ain't an issue here. Because Dolan, if we have all 3 of those guys, Dolan don't have a problem with dishing out money. If you go look at the Knicks past and the amount of luxury tax he paid with Antonio McDyson, Jared Jeffries, money ain't a problem. Just give me those 3 bomb stars into this organization, and we go from there. Because that is finals. And I'm taking me a championship. If the Knicks end up going from tanking to a ring next year, you tell me that wouldn't be worth it in the last 20 years of failure? You gotta be kidding me, bro. I will be at that parade half naked if we won the champ.
I don't want to see that, Mark. Keep your clothes on. I don't want to see you half naked.
Listen, man. Get me a parade in New York City, man, and you don't know what will happen.
Huh? I said, keep your clothes on. We don't want to see you half naked at the parade.
Yo, listen, man. Yo, let me tell you something. If the Knicks ever won a championship, you don't know what type of energy that would do to you, man. Because, Sam, do you realize we will go from tanking? We will go from taking and talking about the Knicks as an elite team. We won't even be coming on this show talking about. We wouldn't be negative on this show anymore, because we will have 3 of the top 15 elite players of this league that no one can stop. There's no defense. There's nothing. They're invincible.
I feel you. I mean, listen, the whole thing. Either way that you go, there's gonna be a gamble somewhere.
Yeah, but if we can't get Anthony Davis, but like I said, Sam, we would have to land those 2. There's no way Anthony Davis will leave Kyrie and Kevin Durant to go play in New York and opt out. There will be no. If he leaves those 2 to go to LA to play with LeBron, what would be the point? LeBron ain't winning no more. It's over.
I don't know. I mean, people can ask the same thing about KD leaving to come to New York. People could say the same exact thing, right?
Listen, it's because at the end of the day, they have At the end of the day, if KD leaves, Golden State is going to be good. They already have their backcourt.
I know. That's what I'm saying. The same thing you're saying about AD. Like, he would be out of his mind to leave Kyrie and KD to go to LA to play with LeBron. People, say the same thing about KD. Why would he leave Golden State to come to New York?
Because at the end of the day, his time is up. KD wants, when you watch KD on the floor, KD wants to be the face of something.
Yeah.
He's never going to get that in Golden State. It ain't going to happen. Just like Kyrie ain't getting that love that Tatum get. Because if you watch the Boston Celtics, they love Tatum more than they love Kyrie. Even when Kyrie got there, Tatum is drafted
that's
there.
Their homegrown guy. Yeah, that's their homegrown guy.
And that's what Boston is about, homegrown talent. I'm praying every day that Boston lose every single game, because if you watch Kyrie face, he don't want to play with them. He don't want to play with them young cats no more. So y'all keep praying. Because we go from tanking to championship, and boy, oh boy,
let's get some other thoughts. I'm gonna leave you unmuted.
All right, go ahead. I ain't gonna say nothing.
We got a new guy in the house.
My boy Ronnie.
What up,
Ronnie? What's poppin', man? What's good with you? What do you think about what Mark's saying, Ronnie? What you think about?
Say it again.
What you think about what Mark is saying? You agree with him? You roll the dice. You give up the farm to get AD?
Man, I wouldn't go for AD. I think it's solid that he's going to LA, man.
Think so?
We got some good chips, some young guys. Yeah, it's written, man. It's in stone. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. And we could go. You don't agree with? I mean, come on, man. Well, from the way that it seems, we never really know the true behind everything until summer comes. But just from the feel of it right now, as it is right now, it doesn't seem like we could count on him being in New York long term.
Yeah, and that would be such a setback if we traded our first round draft.
We got young guys, man.
Young guys.
And they're developing. I think today what we saw. I mean, even though we can't expect any consistency for the near future, but what we saw today was the potential in the team that we have.
The potential.
You know what I mean? So if you go through FA, then it's worth it. You know what I mean? Let him opt out next year then, and then you go after him. Yeah. But don't give away what you got right now for a year.
Now, we can't go after AD if he don't sign. If we don't trade for him, it's over. If we don't trade for him, it's over, because when he gets into that market, he's gonna command about 35 to 40 million.
That's what I got.
I mean, even if we trade for him and he gets into that market, we're gonna have to pay him that to keep him.
Yeah, but we absorb it, and then we'll fit into our cap to go over over the thing.
True.
That's a big difference. Because if we sign Kyrie and KD, that is it. True. That's all the money we have.
Yeah. I feel you. Yep, you're right.
And
about
that.
Let
me ask you a question. As y'all saying that it will be a big role going for AD and thinking about him opting out. It's the same thing as we giving up KP and having a salary cap and hoping that those two come. We got our balls hanging out right now.
It was. Yeah, you're right. Well,
Same thing, Sam.
But it's not though. It's not though, because we were already a bad team. We set ourselves up by making that trade. We set ourselves up from ground zero to be able to build, and we got space and young guys and draft picks. So there's a little bit of difference where with this, you set yourself up for a championship though, I guess, but you mortgage your future basically.
Yo, give me championship dreams, bro. Like, y'all don't understand what the Garden is like in the playoffs, son. I've been there twice when Carmelo was playing. It is bananas, bro.
I get it. I understand. It's bananas. It's like this. Basically, you're like, if someone said to you, Mark.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll give you $1 million today, but if you wait till next Wednesday, I'll give you $10 million. You like, give me.
So let me ask you a question. What if that $1 million could help me do something to make more than $10 million, which is a possibility?
It could, but then that means that $10 million can help you do something to make more than that $1 billion did. I get it. Some people would be like, well, give me the money now because you never know what's gonna happen.
There you go.
That $10 million.
And listen,
right?
And if all three of them stars are available, give me the stars and we figure it out from the rest.
Right. I feel you. I'm with you. Hey, I understand both sides because you might wait for that $10 million and be your luck, the world blow up.
And and the thing is too, Sim, you were talking about the tank of wanksters. You want to win, so I'm trying to give y'all light into what could possibly happen, so we can stop coming on here night in, night out, looking at this horrible team, talking bad about it, when we can have, listen, this never happened to have 3 of the top 15 players on one team in their prime and in their peak. That is nuts. KD right now, he is the balance. He shifts the balance of the league.
Okay. Listen, I'm arguing with you, but I understand exactly what you're talking about. And if I was the GM, I'm gonna be to be totally honest with you. I think any GM in the league, if they're in that situation, and AD's right there at your fingertips, they're probably gonna.
Scott Perry made a boss move. He made a military move. If those 3 are out there, you don't think he's gonna make that move? He's going to make that move because what he did, it's never been done. Like, a player of that caliber never got traded for cap space. That never happened. And he pulled that trigger. Now, if there's 3 of the top 15 players, he's going to pull that.
He's probably going to do it. You're right.
Guess what? If he lands that, he'd probably be the best GM for the next 10 to 15 years. Listen, by doing that.
Listen, you're probably right. If that's available to him, he's probably going to do it, and I don't think anybody would blame him for it. Not even myself.
And you know what, Sim?
Because I'm going to be honest with you. Even though I sit here, and I say, that would be a lot, and I'd be worried about sustainability in the future, But if I was the GM and it's sitting there right in front of me,
Sam,
I probably look at it and say, "Dang, I can get all 3 of them right now." I probably do the same thing. I'm telling you the truth.
That's like 3 fine honeys getting up on you. You gonna decline that? No way. Come on. We was just on that court the other day, Sim, and you telling me we can't have winning basketball on that court? I told y'all, I felt like Puff Daddy on that court. Just imagine if we had Kyrie, KD, and AD. Yo, man, my TV gonna explode with just all 3 of them on my screen.
Let me get around.
That is winning basketball,
I see Isaiah has something to say. Let me get to Isaiah, man. And then I got another question. I got another question after this. Hold up.
Yeah, go ahead.
1 second. Let me get this. Let me get this right. Isaiah, go ahead, man.
Hey, what's going on? I agree with Mark a lot of what he said. If we have a chance to get all 3 of them, then you got to get all 3 of them. That's just you just got to do that, because if we win a championship, I mean, we're not even gonna remember that we traded all the young guys.
Hey, listen. I don't know.
We forgot KP.
Hey, hold up. Listen, I really don't. If we win the championship, I don't know what Mark's gonna do during that parade. You see how he is now by just saying the thought of it. Look at him with just the thought of it. I can't imagine what Mark is gonna do. We win that championship. Yo. New York better watch out.
Strip club on me. Strip club on me.
You gotta love Mark. You gotta love Mark when he's like this.
Oh my God!
I agree with Mark, but also Sim, I do agree with you as well about. It. How can I say this? Yes, you do it, but you're gonna also think about it too when you do it, because it's like you're trading the young players, but also the young players don't equal up to Anthony Davis. But your future won't be secured after the 4 years. but it will be worth it. So it's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot, and it's a crazy decision.
Hold on, Sim. Anthony Davis is 25 years old, right?
Yeah.
So if we have him for 4 years, you don't think he'll probably sign again, and we will just keep recruiting other players to come play with him in New York if we're a winning culture?
I'm gonna be honest.
Just like what they're doing in Golden State.
Hold on, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know with the way the NBA is today.
Yeah, you're right, because they're fickle.
I don't know. Yeah, they are. You just don't know with the way that LeBron changed the game with a lot of stuff that he did.
Yeah, he's a bate boy.
You know what I'm saying? He changed the game with a lot of stuff he did, so you just don't know. Chester, hey Mark, Chester says to you, he said, impossible dreams end in nightmares. That's Chester. He said impossible.
Yeah, as a Knicks fan, you wouldn't want that to happen. You probably the most dumbest person I ever met in my life.
Yeah, don't call Chester dumb.
Come on, man, you can't. Why are you gonna diss
Why wouldn't you dream about that?
Chester like
I'm a Knicks fan. I'm trying to hype this team up. I'm dreaming for us to be good. What is wrong with that? Y'all looking at me like I'm crazy.
Nobody.
Hey, but don't disrespect Chester.
Man,
That's the OG.
Just say,
Sorry, Chester, but don't piss me off with that type of comment. That pissed me off.
All right, I'm
just being honest.
Got another question.
Go ahead.
If the Knicks, let's say we strike out in free agency, right?
Holy crap!
Just.
Go ahead.
Right. I think the chances are that Karl Anthony Towns at some point wants out of Minnesota.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
Right? What do you think?
Let me see.
And if he does, and the Knicks strike out in free agency, have room to absorb his contract, whatever, however, that he comes to New York. Because right now, listen, I don't. He's on his rookie contract still. He's just like KD is right
now. No. He got paid. He got paid this year. Not last year.
Did he sign an extension?
Yeah, he got 4 years on that bad boy. He ain't leaving no time soon.
Let's see what it is. Let's see what his contract looks like.
He got 4 years.
But
I think
anyway,
100 and something million.
Do you think that Karl Anthony Towns is gonna want out of Minnesota?
Oh, of course.
It's a matter of time. But then
he's
again,
playing next to Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah. God. And I was so high on Andrew Wiggins.
Okay. Karl Anthony Towns, he re-upped. So he's $7.8 million this year, $27 million next year, $29 million 2020, 21, 31, 21, 22, and 33, 22, 23. So that's what his contract is.
Well,
if he became available, if the Knicks struck out in free agency, and he became available through trade, would you do it?
I wouldn't trade for him. Me personally, I wouldn't trade for him because I'm not a big fan of Anthony Towns' defense, and once I seen Clint Capella take his soul,
I lost so much point. He lost. The thing with him, the thing with Karl Anthony Towns is that he has the potential to be aggressive, but he is from night to night. It's not there. Like he'll have games where he explode, and in the next games, it's not there. So if he don't elevate that, if he's that good enough as a player. If he don't elevate that team or say, you know what, I'm gonna take this team and y'all gonna get on my back. If he don't show in time that he's that type of player, no. Because I would take Jokic before I would take Karl Anthony Towns in a heartbeat.
Yeah, me too. And also, Tim, I'd be real with you, Sim. I think between Andrew Wiggins and Towns, I think they're the most nonchalant.
And you can't put them in New York.
They're too nonchalant for me. They're just really too nonchalant.
You can't put that type of personalities in New York, Sim. That's why KD and Kyrie is the both of the best worlds, because no matter how they're in the media, it does not affect their game whatsoever.
Okay. Let's see.
And New York is a different breed, Sim. You gotta count that in.
Yeah. I mean, it could make you fold. It could also make you tough.
There you go.
Either one.
And Clint Capella took his soul.
Let's get around.
Honestly, Sam,
see what some other people think about that. Go ahead and finish that up. Go ahead. What was you saying, Mark?
I said if we don't land anybody next year, the only time I'm thinking about is 2021 when Giannis is available. Other than that, I'm waiting to 2021 if we don't get nobody else. If we don't get nobody, I'm waiting to 2021. If Giannis is available and Ben Simmons is available.
Yeah. All right, Kareem, what do you think, man? What do you think? So two questions. One, are you giving up the farm for Anthony Davis? And two, if the Knicks strike out in free agency and then Karl Anthony Towns becomes available, would you make the move for him?
All right, as far as the farm, man, that's a tough call because I can't front you and Mark. They both make compelling arguments. I mean, if you're there in the moment, I mean, it's tough. But I mean, I think it's really going to come down to, do we have the number one pick? Because if we have the number one pick, it's going to come down to, do we want to trade Zion and the house for Anthony Davis? And if we get the number one pick,
right?
The number one pick, and that's not enough to get Anthony Davis, they want more. I ain't with it. I'm not with it, B. Because Zion, he could be as dominant as AD is in his own right in the next 3 years while he's still under his rookie contract. He can be that guy. So, with that being said, I mean, hey, you know what? At the end of the day, one thing as Knicks fans we got to be happy about is that we got options. You know what I'm saying? Sure. We got options where a team that people know outside of the record, they know the potential that we have. We showed on nights like tonight. So that's a good thing for us, because if we're going to go after Anthony Davis, what I'm hearing, the number one pick, Knox, maybe Mitchell Robinson, whoa, y'all out of control. That's crazy right there. I understand the big three and all that, but I mean, I'm big on doing it the right way and letting the basketball gods, sprinkle their little, you know what I'm saying, on top of what we're doing. Like that's kind of jumping out the window. Us going that way for a championship, I don't know, man. It don't sound right. Like I can imagine somebody getting an injury and then Anthony Davis saying, hey, you know what, we didn't have as much success, so I'm going to opt out. Like, I don't know. That's too much. But like I said, I think the best thing is that we have options. We have cap space. We have good young developing talent. We have a lottery pick and Kevin Knox that could be a real big talent. So I'm just saying we have pieces to go with if we get the number one pick. The number two pick, maybe I might want to revisit that and see what they want for Anthony Davis. But if we get that number one pick, I'm not with it. I'm not with it because with Zion, and if we get Durant and Kyrie with Zion, with the young talent that we have, we good. We good. You know what I'm saying? Like, we good moving forward and don't have to really look at, because we already depleted Golden State, so they don't have Durant no more. So the West Coast is not as as formidable just for that alone. And we weakened Boston by taking Kyrie, so we good on that note. The second question was what's the second question?
If the Knicks were to strike out in free agency and Karl Anthony Towns became available through trade with Minnesota, would you do it?
I mean, at this point right now, no, I wouldn't do it. Karl Anthony Towns, he still has a lot to prove, and we're headed that way. When that time comes, we might have more intel on him because he'll be in the playoffs again without the guys they had last year. So the focus is going to be on him even more. So is he going to step up and put himself into that, top 10 player, or is he going to continue to be where he is? If he doesn't show out in the playoffs this year, then I would definitely say no. I like where we at, man. I like the talent that we have, and I'm not just, a Knicks fan and just love my players so much. Like, I think we have good players. You look at Dotson. Dotson is getting shots. He's modeling his game after Klay Thompson, 3-and-D guy that he really takes coming off the screens hard. So he's trying to master his craft. That's good in a young player. Like he's developing, and that's what Dotson. That's what a lot of people don't give Fizdale credit for. That he's it's like I know you've seen Karate Kid. You know what I'm saying? He had Mr. Miyagi, had Daniel washing all those cars. He didn't know why. You know what I'm saying? And I think the way Fizdale approaches developing these guys, he does things that doesn't make sense in analytics because he understands the development of a young man, of a young player, and they're starting to they're bearing his fruits of his labor as a good coach, and he's laid back and low key, but I think he's really putting that work in. So I'm saying we have a lot of good young players that complement each other with this this draft coming up in this free agency. So if we do strike out, I think we'll be good. We don't have to go after a player like Anthony Towns unless he shows out in the playoffs, and he has the talent. So if he really shows out and raises his stature, because right now he's looked at as not a winning player. So we don't need that in our coach right now. We need dogs, and right now we got a lot of young dogs, and I like where we headed right now.
Okay, and I think my man Chester agrees with you.
Hold up.
I think Chester agrees with you. He said, "How about dreaming about our young kids?" So yeah, I think he agrees with you.
And you know what else? And you know what else? Hold on, I gotta mute you, my dude. I can't hear. Yo, another thing that was peaked out. Yo, Dennis Smith Jr. had 13 assists tonight, right?
13 assists.
He had no turnovers.
No turnovers. 13 assists. Yeah.
Like when's the last time a Knicks point guard had 13 assists with no turnovers? I'm saying that's something, maybe for the archives we could check on that. But like I said, man, we got some good young talent, man. Like don't sleep on what Fizdale is doing. He's instilling confidence in these guys. And tonight was a win for the young guys. And, DeAndre Jordan has a sprained ankle. You know what I'm saying? And we won the best way that you want to see the young guys win. And the season's not even over yet. So by the end of the season, there's no telling how we're going to be looking and how players like Kyrie and Durant is going to be looking at us. And yeah, man. So yeah, man, we good, man. We ain't got to jump out the window. We ain't got to bet the house, man. We're good. And I think management, they not rattled. They're not rattled. They have a type of confidence that makes other players have to take notice of what's going on. Like they're not rattled. They see what we did with Porzingis. You know what I mean? They're not hoopla in the media. They real low key. Like, yo, man, we about to shock the world, man. I think we're gonna do it the right way. And the basketball guys, hopefully they'll bless us with them ping pong balls. I feel good, man. I feel like New York is getting that karma back, like on some shaft. Back in the 70s, we getting that swagger back. You know what I mean? Like, I'm about to get me a Clyde Frazier suit, baby.
I feel you. In just a second, man, we're gonna get to we're gonna talk about the Knicks, Orlando, in just a second. Folks, do me a favor. If you like what you see, subscribe to the channel. Ring that notification bell. Get a notification whenever I go live, drop a video, whatever it is. Hit me with that thumbs up. Smash that like button for me. Coming down to the end of the show. The Knicks play the Orlando Magic Wednesday night. A great win tonight. Impressive win over the San Antonio Spurs. And maybe I have the wrong date. Maybe it's not Wednesday night. Let me see. They play Tuesday night. I'm sorry. February 26th versus the Orlando Magic at home. Can the Knicks extend or start a winning streak versus the Orlando Magic? Can we duplicate what we did tonight? They played decent defensively. Hot shooting across the board. Over 50% from the field. Can we duplicate it? Playing against Orlando has not been kind to us. Right? We've had some rough games against Orlando, but this is a totally different team. Totally different team on this squad right now. I want to know what you guys think. I'm going to get to this phone call real quick, and then we'll talk to the rest of the group. Caller, you're on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping? Can the Knicks beat Orlando Tuesday night? Can we extend it? Can we keep doing can we bottle up what we did in versus San Antonio and take it with us? What do you think?
Tim, stop it. Cut it out already. Cut it out.
I don't know. Maybe they turned the corner. Maybe something happened. Maybe they hit that point.
Tim, stop it. Cut it out. Let me say this first. First, congratulations to the addition to your family.
Thank you.
You know what I'm
Appreciate
saying?
it. Appreciate it.
It's a beautiful thing to you and your family. But before I answer that question, I heard, Husmark and I heard Husmark made some really, really on point facts here tonight.
Okay.
And I heard you disagreeing with him and some of the other people in the chat and everything else. But here's the one thing you guys are not seeing.
Well, I agree and I disagree. Because like I said, if I'm sitting there and I have that chance to do it, it would be hard for me to say no.
And you couldn't say no, and for this reason only. Scott Perry and Mills don't have 2 to 3 to 4 years to get this right. You understand? The moment they traded KP, who still, name is still ringing bells throughout the city, and you convinced the owner that you had to move away from this guy, whether it's knee injury, the brother, whatever, you were on the clock. You cannot come back here with second, third string free agents and think, well, Knicks fans are going to be, let's look to 2020, 2021. Stop that.
Now, I
we
get
can't
that.
go
I get
route
that.
anymore.
But what if you get to? What if you do get Kyrie and KD? Let's just say what if you do, right? But you decide. But then you decide not to trade for Anthony Davis. I mean, have you not? If you were able to get those two, have you not changed the trajectory of the franchise?
You've totally changed the trajectory of the franchise, but we're not talking about just changing the trajectory. We're talking about going over the mountaintop.
I get
what Dr.
that.
King said? I've been to the mountaintop, and I've seen the other side. It's time for us to get to the other side.
Right, but
and
what about sustainability? Because I'm sure when Dr. Martin King, when he says he's been to the mountaintop, he surely wanted it to last forever. He didn't want it to go backwards. So what about sustainability?
No. What we have sustained for the past 50 years has been mediocrity. And I love those guys in the 90s and everything. We didn't win it. We cleared all this cap space, okay?
Right.
Cleared all this cap. Let me ask you a question. Let's put it like this. What if we went to New Orleans and we had the number 1 pick, okay, or the number 2, and New Orleans totally wants to revamp their squad, and they're willing to say, well, not only you take AD, but you take Holiday as well, and we're able to get Kyrie with Holiday in the backcourt with AD, even if you don't get KD, okay? That team is massive. You're still massive. This where we're kind of holding our chips, and we don't want to trade this young guy to trade young guy. When Boston won their championship, they only had one young guy. That was Rondo. After they made all their moves, no one heard of Posey, Tony Allen, and all these. You found these guys. You filled them in. You found a role for guys. Those guys are those kind of players that you'll need as supporting role players, like the Lance Thomas that I'm sure you love his game here tonight, a supporting role player. You'll find them all over the league. It is time for us to win. It is time for us to get there and stop this waiting next year. We're going to hold on to this, and we don't want to trade that. We don't want to trade that.
Right, but I feel like if you get two guys and you have the chance to really build, because you have draft picks and you have young guys, right? Because what happens if you sell out and you don't win it, and then now you're stuck again? Like everybody keeps saying if you get these three guys, it's a guaranteed championship. It's not guaranteed. Nothing's ever guaranteed.
No, nothing's guaranteed.
Right? Because two of those guys are injury prone. Two of those guys are injury prone.
Right.
So what if it does not work out? What if you sell out, you get the number 1 pick, you trade what turns out to be Zion, right? You trade that. You trade your draft pick in 2020. You probably got to trade one in 2022, right? You trade Kevin Knox. You trade, because in order to have room for all three, you got to trade Kevin Knox. You got to trade your first-round draft pick. You got to trade Dennis Smith Jr. and Mitchell Robinson, Frank Ntilikina. You got to trade all these guys to make it work, right, salary-wise, so that you can have room for all these other, for KD and Kyrie and Anthony Davis. You got to trade all the young guys. And then what if it doesn't work out? Then what happens? Now we're stuck again.
This is a chance. Well, I would rather be stuck with those guys you mentioned right there. Two of them are surefire Hall of Famers. That's 30 and under, and another one. He keeps putting up these seasons. Everybody is hurt. Everybody is injured in the league. Sim.
Man.
There's no player right now.
I agree with that.
There's no player right now over the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years who's a top player hasn't had some kind of injury. We can't keep looking at that. Look at Philly. Look what Philly did. Philly's all in. They're all in with their young guys. They went all in. The Knicks have to have that aggressive mindset. Once they traded KP and created all that cap space, there was no turning back. There was no turning back. If they come up short in this free agency, this offseason, I guarantee you Perry and Mills are fired.
I don't think so.
There's no sustainability. The owner's not going to say, well, you guys did a good job and you got rid of KP and you brought back Jimmy Butler, and that's not going to happen.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think I disagree there. I disagree there.
Be good.
I disagree there. I don't think if they don't come through this offseason, I don't think they're fired. I think that because
Dolan as the owner, have you not seen? I saw Dolan fire Grunwald, who put together a 54 winning team that was number 2 in the conference, fired him on the eve of the next season. You can't say he won't do that.
Yeah, I don't think it happens. I don't think it happens. I think
it can happen.
It can happen. It can happen. It can, but I don't think it happens. I don't think he fires him. If they don't come through this offseason, I don't think so. You know what I mean?
Sam, so. I'm totally.
So.
I'm so riding with who's Mark right here. If you have a chance to get those 3 in your lineup, you could put me, you, Isaiah, and a couple of other people. We could fill out the rest, and we going where we need to go.
I don't think so.
We're gonna go where we need to go.
I don't think it's that easy. Hey, I'm gonna let you go. All right, because
all right, brother.
I appreciate the call, and we got a lot of time, so I know we're gonna have a lot of arguments over this.
All right, brother. Good day.
Man. Peace. But see, I don't think it's as easy as people say. People think just because, listen, the Miami Heat won how many championships? Right? They had LeBron, possibly, he's argumentatively the best player to ever do it. Argumentatively. I'm not saying that's what I think. I'm just saying, he's in the argument. He's in the conversation. You had Dwayne Wade, right? One of the top shooting guards of all time. Chris Bosh. And at the time that Chris Bosh was there, he was, one of the top power forwards in the league. Everybody, these guys going to win blah, 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 championships. How many championships did they get? 2? In my opinion, that was underwhelming. That's my opinion. I thought that, putting these guys together, they were going to be something super duper special. Right? Like they said, they got up there, they said 5, 6, 7, 8 championships. 2. Which I'll take in New York. Trust me, I'll take it. I'm not saying I won't take those 2 championships. I'll take it. My point is that it's not as easy as we're just going to put these 3 guys together and then we're going to be able to go get it. It's not that easy. Okay, what no one says. It's not that easy. So what happens if you sell out? You sell out that number 1 pick. You trade Kevin Knox. You trade Frank Ntilikina. You trade Dennis Smith Jr. You trade Mitchell Robinson so you can get Anthony Davis. And the Knicks don't win a championship. They're here for 4 years and don't win a championship. What happens now? Now we start all over again. All over again. And didn't get nothing from it but a couple of good years of basketball. To me, it's not a given that you're going to win a championship or even go to the championship with those guys. You don't know what the chemistry is going to be like. All of that plays a part. All that plays a part. You don't know what the chemistry is going to be like when those 3 guys get here. If those 3 guys got here, you don't know what the chemistry is going to be like. You don't know how many games Kyrie might sit out or Anthony Davis might sit out due to injuries. Even KD is, to that fact, he's going to be 31 years old. He's at that point where his body is going to start breaking down. He's at that point, right? You never know when a player hits that point. KD is entering that age range where you don't know when it's going to hit. He's entering it. Be real about it. He's entering that age range where you don't know when it's going to hit. And he's not going to be the same KD. You don't know. It could happen. It could happen. You just don't know. He's going to be 31 years old, right? All those things got to go into consideration. And what's going to happen if the Knicks sell the farm, don't win the championship, it's going to be the same thing all over again. Same thing all over again. You know what I'm saying? But then I can tell you exactly what would happen too. On the flip side, let's just say Scott Perry and Steve Mills said, we're not going to do it. We're not going to sell out the farm. And then it comes out in the news and they say, oh, the Knicks had a chance to make this trade, blah, 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 blah. There's going to be fans that smash Scott Perry and everyone. You know what I mean? There'll be fans that smash him. I'm not lying. I know it would be a tough decision if that's sitting right there in front of your face. You'd have to go home and sleep on it for a couple of nights. You know what I'm saying? You have to go home and sleep on it and do whatever you do to meditate so that you make the right decision, because it wouldn't be easy. It'd be tough. Supposed to be talking New York Knicks versus Orlando, and we went back to this. So I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back to this trade the kids for 80. I'm gonna flip backwards because that's a hot topic. You know what I mean? It's tough. I just see, and I'm standing to it. I know that it would be a tough decision if it's right in front of me. I'm not sure what I would do, right? But I just see that if we get that number 1 pick, I don't think it's worth it, because that number 1 pick could be something special too. It could be something very special, and it could be something very special the first year. Might not be Anthony Davis special, but it could be something that's very special the first year. Could be. You don't know. You don't know if Anthony Davis is going to be as special if he got to New York and he's playing with 3 guys like that. One guy ends up not being the same player. When LeBron, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh got together, Chris Bosh was forced to take that back seat. He was the one that was kind of the third leg. I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to see. I just think it's a lot, man. I think it's a lot. Because there's so many things that we're not considering. We're just looking at that we get Anthony Davis, and now we got to pay this guy $30 to $40 million a year. We got to pay KD $30 to $40 million a year. We got to pay Kyrie Irving $30 to $40 million a year. I don't know where we have money for anyone else besides the veterans minimum. Maybe those guys take a little bit off, a pay cut or something like that. But where else do we have money? Where then I look at it and I look at, and if we don't have money, depth, we will have no depth at all, which is part of the reason, probably in my opinion, why the Miami Heat was not able to win as many championships as they thought they would be able to. Had a hard time finding depth, because while it is true that there would be veterans knocking down the door to come play with the Knicks, there are going to be veterans that are on their way out, like Melo, right? Veterans that's on their way out, looking to tag along and get a championship before they're done. Now, on the other hand, if you do get 2 of those guys and then you keep that number 1 pick, you still got all these young guys, and you still have room on your roster to bring in veterans that can help. As a matter of fact, you may even have a little bit more money to spend on these veterans, like DeAndre Jordan or some other veterans that's out there. you just might have a little bit more money to spend on them. While you still got your young guys that can grow into their roles, that do not have the pressure on them to save the franchise, and they can develop without that pressure. We're going to find out. We're going to find out. It's going to be an argument going. It's going to be an argument for a while. It's going to be an argument for a while. See what happens, man. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. If the Knicks did make that trade, would I be happy that we have a chance to win a title? Of course I would. I'm not going to lie. Now, but that's that, man. That's that. It's gonna be an argument for a great time to come. Let's finish this out, man. Let's go ahead and get back to talking about the Knicks versus Orlando. I want to know from you guys, man, can we duplicate what we did? I know you're going to say it's not in our best interest, but can we duplicate what we did versus San Antonio? You know, what's going to happen versus Orlando? Can we duplicate it? Can we win again? Can we win again? All right. Give me your take. What happens versus Orlando? Give me your last words, and then we're getting on up out of here. And we got people jumping in late. Let's see who this is here. The Prince. My man. I ain't seen my man Prince in a while. All right, so I'm going to start. I got Kareem up here. Kareem, I'm going to start with you, man. Just give me your take, man. Can we duplicate this against Orlando? And then just give me your last take.
But this is what I'm gonna say, man. Orlando is a very good team. They're a very dangerous team. They've been together for a long time, and their players have developed. You know, they've developed, and they're a really tough team. See, we beat the Spurs today. We outran them. We had more fast break points. I think 10-0. We shot a high percentage. We beat them with our athleticism and youth. But Orlando, we're not going to beat them necessarily with athleticism and youth, because they got the same thing, but they got more experience. Their young guys are more experienced, so I wouldn't bet that we're going to beat them. But I still think that we're going to show out. I think we're gaining a new confidence with the new team that we have. The guys have great chemistry, so I think we're going to play good, and we could win, but I don't think so. I give Orlando a lot of credit, man. They come a long way from being one of the laughing stocks of the league to a real formidable foe for anybody on any given night. And I think they'll be up for us. Like they're on the rise. The Spurs, they got a lot of older guys, and if their system ain't running right and dudes ain't clicking on all cylinders, they could be had by a younger athletic team like us. So yeah, I don't think we'll have the same success with Orlando. Hopefully we do. Go Knicks. You know what I'm saying? If not, we're gonna drive the tank through Orlando, or they coming to New York.
Yeah. They're gonna be in New York.
Okay, come to New York. Okay, well, they could bring the party to the tank. Either way, man, I'm looking for a good showing by the young guys. And Dennis Smith Jr., Dotson, Knox, Mitchell Robinson, Moutier, 6-man, come off the bench, shoot if you like, get back on the bench. And yeah, man, that's what it is, man.
All right, man. All right, I'll catch you. I'll catch you Tuesday night. I'll catch you Tuesday night after the game.
For sure.
All right, man. Peace.
One.
All right, Isaiah, it's on you, man. And to Troy Flett, you know what? Or to everybody, I wanted to do some draft stuff tonight, but the Knicks won, so I really wanted to focus on that win. Tuesday night, we will get into the draft. We're gonna start getting into the draft. All right, and the fantasy basketball Tuesday night. All right, Isaiah, it's on you.
Yeah, Sam, again, this is not really, talk about it. Shout out to the Knicks for winning. I believe the basketball gods got us this year, and whatever happens, I believe in Scott Perry and Steve Mills. Yeah, that's it. I'm tired, man. I'm going to sleep.
All right, man. All right.
All right,
peace, man. Peace. All right, what's your name? Ronnie? It's on you, man.
What up, Sam? And for tomorrow, I really don't even think it's on the team, man. I think it's on Fizz. on whether he want to coach to win or if he want to coach to develop.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because today he coached to win.
Right.
You know, he ain't want to mess up over that streak.
Right.
And you could tell, like, he kept DSJ in when he was supposed to. He wasn't doing those booty swaps, you know, that like nobody could understand what he was doing. So if he want to win, we got the momentum to do it. But I seen that Orlando game today, and they played a hell of a game, man.
Yeah.
They didn't even let Toronto put 100 points on the board.
Man.
So, you know, it's really on Fizz more than anything else.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, we'll see. Is Dennis DeAndre Jordan, is he going to be back?
I don't even think we need DeAndre Jordan. If you look at DeAndre Jordan, yeah, he got the experience, but he's been static on the floor a lot. A lot of times he doesn't even know his positioning, where he's supposed to be, where he's not. You know what I mean? So I don't think that DeAndre Jordan missing out on that game would be a big factor either.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What we had today was special from Robinson, and he got the momentum, so he could do it all over again.
See if he can do it again. You know, with someone like Mitchell Robinson, it's probably gonna be up and down. You know,
it is. It is
up and down. You know, one night you might get it, one night you might not get it. Until
but you know,
in a year or two, it's going to be consistent. It's going to be every night in a year or two.
Yeah, but I think the hardest thing for them to build consistency is those substitutions, man. I'm not a big fan of them, honestly.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, you got to give everybody a chance to understand. You know, but that's for my son's little soccer team at the YMCA. This is the big boys. They don't have their chances, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. No, I feel you. I feel you. We'll see what Fizz decides to do. I'm pretty sure, you know, they you know, nobody likes having that kind of loser streak on your record. You know what I'm saying? Nobody likes it. You want to get it off as soon as possible. So he definitely wanted to win tonight. You could see it.
Yeah, he did.
They wanted.
He did. You could see how that team played, man. Man, look, when did we play offensive like we did today, man? We haven't done it all season long.
Right.
We did it in preseason. But today we looked good, man. We looked good, and nice. To me, that's the hope of what we could be like in the future, you know. And that's why earlier I was saying don't focus too much on AD. I mean, but you know, me and Mark was talking when you had Chet shut down, you know, and like he was saying, he was talking about bringing AD in after you got KD and Kyrie to commit. You know, then I think it'd be worth the trade, but that's getting off topic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think tomorrow will be good without DeAndre Jordan. If Fizdale want to coach to win, I think we got a chance to win that game.
Okay.
If he want to coach to develop, then we're done.
Yeah. All right, we'll see what happens, man. Hey, I appreciate you coming in, man. Look forward to having you back.
Yeah, much love, man. I always watch the YouTube, but I never get a chance to come in. You know, I work 17 hours a day, so sometimes you know, I got to watch you on the replay.
Right. Well, keep working hard, man. Keep working hard. It's worth it.
Much love, man.
All right, peace. Have a good one. All right. Let me see. We got three left. We got three OGs left. 3 chat OGs left in the building. I'm gonna come to Ant. Ant, it's on you, man.
So I was listening. My internet. I'm at my parents' crib, so my internet is shoddy right now. But Anthony Davis, to me, if that were the asking price, which I think we'd have to do it for cap reasons anyway. But I think the better move would be Bradley Beal. Make a play for him. I think we'd have to give up less. We may be able to get him with a Kevin Knox, Frank, and maybe a future first, and we can keep Dennis Smith and Dotson and Mitch and our first round pick this year. I think we can get a guy like Bradley Beal for a lot cheaper. And then you're looking at Kyrie, Bradley Beal, and Kevin Durant. And to me, that's a championship caliber big three. So
you're looking at that as fit-wise. Fit-wise, you think that'll look better fit-wise and salary cap-wise.
Yeah, and I think it's more realistic.
Man, well, salary cap-wise, he makes
it's around the same.
He makes some money. So you still got to put together, unless you're gonna absorb some of his salary. But you can't. If you're going to get KD and Kyrie, you're not going to be able to absorb some of his salary. You're still going to have to put together a bunch of guys in order to match that salary because he makes the same amount of money.
Right.
Yeah, so you still got to put together a lot of guys. It's tough, man. Tough job. You got a tough job up there. People want to smash and kill GMs all the time. They got a tough job.
Yeah. Well, I'll put it this way. Maybe the guy's not Brad Bill, but there's some other secondary stars out there that would be terrific third options that aren't making $25 million that we can go out and find.
Okay.
Guy CJ McCollum comes to mind. He's not making that much, $25 million, I don't think. So, I mean, it's some guys out there that teams make 2 first-round picks and Kevin Knox, and we can get. So, Anthony Davis is not the only option to add another star to those 2. So, but I don't think we should give up everybody. I don't know, man. I keep changing my mind, man, week after week.
Yeah. It's tough. I mean, the thing about it, the reason why you have to give up so many is to make those salaries match.
Yeah.
That's the hard part. You got it. In order to have 3, you got to give up mad people to make the salaries match because everybody makes a little bit. Yeah. So, we'll see what's up, man. All right, Ant. I'm going to head off with these 2.
All right, man.
All right, peace. Oh. There we go. All right. Mark, it's on you, man. Then I'm going to give Prince say his chance. Go ahead, Mark. It's on you. New York, Orlando, and then take us out of here with your last words.
Well, Orlando's in playoff push right now. They're a game behind Charlotte and Miami, so they playing hard. So I would give the Knicks a chance just off of tonight and what we've seen. I hope they can keep that up, but we're not consistent. So it's 50-50. If Lance Thomas have a game that he had tonight looking like a goddamn all-star, then yeah, we might win. But I'll give us a 50-50 chance because Orlando looks good too and they play hard. So 50-50. It don't matter if they win or lose, but if I see that type of effort that we did today, I'm fine with it. But let me ask you a question, Sim.
Mm-hmm.
And this is important.
Okay.
You know when KD arrived, they're gonna give him the type of power that LeBron got.
We'll see.
No,
I would hate for that to happen. I'm not gonna
listen. Just to get him in the door, just to get him in the door, they're gonna give him that power.
That maybe we'll see. Well, I mean that's what is being said. That just to that they'd be willing to have his
business partner getting the job,
getting the job and stuff like that. I don't like that. But that's rumors. That's rumors. It doesn't mean that it's coming from the Knicks. That's rumors. It's rumors.
Okay, but
we'll see.
Guess what? If that has to happen, I'm doing it because that's Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Sorry. And if he has that power, guess what's going to happen? If he gets a pick from the litter, it's going to happen. So guess what?
I'm going to tell you this. I don't know. I mean, maybe it will. Maybe it will. We'll see.
Just like how I had to let KP go. Whoever y'all favorite players on these teams, just know y'all gotta cut them off.
But check this out though. It's like this though.
Go ahead.
With KP is not KD, right? Like I think if you want some of those type of things to happen, where you can go to management and say, "Hey, can you hire this guy?" You got to have some kind of reputation in the league, right?
And Scott Perry drafted KD, so I think he's going to give him that power.
But you got to have some kind of reputation.
It's going to happen.
We'll see.
What Kevin Durant wants, he wants that. He just like Golden State treated him just like that in Golden State. Like he's part of what goes on down there. He's going to get the same treatment coming here, especially when Scott Perry drafted him. And to get him in his door, we got to do it. Sorry. And then when he gets here, he's going to be able to pick from his litter. So guess what? Buckle up, fellas. Because just how I had to let KP go, I didn't want to, but, he's going. People out there that love Knox, people out there that love Dennis Smith Jr. and all that, just know that they're on their last strings because they're going to get cut. and I can't wait.
No, you can't wait. You can't wait.
I can't wait till KD and Kyrie get here.
You can't wait for Knox to get cut. You can't wait.
Listen, I can't wait to get those 3 bomb stars and start a dynasty. That's what I can't wait.
Well, you know, we are going to this
Listen,
show right here.
This show right here.
We're putting this show in the archives, and we're gonna bring it back. If the Knicks don't get those 3, we're gonna bring this back.
We're gonna bring this back. I was telling everybody in the chat, if we don't get those 3, don't look for me next year because I won't be here because I will be hurt. Don't look for me.
He'll be here. He'll be here. He'll be here. You'll be here. You're gonna have to let that. You're gonna have to let the pain out somewhere. You're gonna have to let the pain out somewhere.
Let me ask y'all a question. What do y'all want from me? Y'all want that happy mark or do y'all want the negative mark? Because I'm trying to be happy for the organization.
We just want the authentic
and y'all
mark.
looking at me. Y'all looking at me like I'm crazy.
Just keep being authentic. That's it. Just keep being authentic.
Bro, I'm 100% authentic, man. I don't fake when I come on the show, bro.
All right.
So if y'all want the crazy mark, if y'all want the happy mark, let me know. If y'all want the negative mark, let me know.
Well,
let me know which one do y'all want.
Well, let's put it like this: either one of those marks is the crazy mark. So both of them the crazy mark. So you know, no matter what, we know we getting the crazy mark.
Listen, man, it's gonna be a hot, like how they say in the hood in New York. It's gonna be a hot summer. It's gonna be a hot summer.
It definitely is. It's gonna be hot. All right, Mark.
Yeah.
I'll catch you Tuesday night, man.
Buckle up, fellas, because this is what y'all wanted.
Peace. Prince.
What's going on, sir?
What's up, man?
Hey, man, you know, it's good to have a smile on our face. You know, it's always good to have a smile on your face to be a Knicks fan, you know?
Yeah, it is. Always.
Hey. So, yeah, man, just to, you know what I'm saying, close it up real quick, and I'm going to get to Orlando, too. But I'm with you, man. I think, you know, the way that Black Wall Street is setting it up for us, I wouldn't sell out for a 5-year championship run. We need to set up for a 5-year championship run and a 10-year, you know what I'm saying, sustained run, because Kyrie and KD both alone, you know, you don't see their careers going much more than 5-6 years max. So why would you sell out for AD and then you get AD, like you said, you handcuff us and get rid of Knox and Dot and Mitch and come on, man. You know, that's just way too much, and we can wait for AD to become a free agent. You know what I'm saying? And everybody still forget about that. We don't need to get AD right now. Going forward, man, like I said, I love what Fizz is doing. I love the direction that the team is going. Dennis Smith Jr. Hey, man, my boy Moutier, he's fighting for his life, Sim. He's fighting for his life.
He's fighting for it. He's fighting for his life. You're right. He went to work tonight.
Hey, he on the ropes, Sim. Hey, but, hey, what did I say? You know what I'm saying? A couple games ago, man, basically, hey, man, competition is good. It's going to breed so much, you know what I'm saying, just positive growth and seeing, you know, just a firecracker like DSJ in practice every day. I think that's only going to make Moutier that much better. You know what I'm saying? So, again, either we get Kyrie or we don't. I think, you know, Moutier will be the third point guard. If not, you know what I'm saying, I think it's going to be battles. I think those would be great practices. Kyrie, DSJ, and Moutier, come on, man. Those are awesome point guards. They're probably the best point guard. You know what I'm saying? If you ask me, go forward. You got two 22-year-olds, and then you got a 26-year-old Kyrie teaching these guys how to be, you know what I'm saying, career point guards. You know, I really don't know what more to say about that one, Sim. Going into this Orlando game, I'm scared of Terrence Ross. You know what I'm saying? You know, he always light us up. So hopefully we can keep him under wraps. And is Aaron Gordon hurt? I pray. Is he hurt?
I'm not sure, man. I haven't really looked to see and all that stuff, so I'm not sure. Can't even tell you.
But, you know, with both of them in the game, we in trouble. You know what I'm saying? We in trouble. So hopefully we only got to see one of them two. But going forward, man, I hope we can get at least, you know, maybe 6, 7, 8 more games out of this next 22 game winning, you know, stretch. Maybe push it, man. You know what I'm saying? I would like to see 10 games. But, you know what I'm saying? If we can get 7, 8 out this 20-game stretch, you know, I'll be kind of happy, man.
Yeah. And, you know, these you know, we're playing some teams, you know, in March, we play a tough schedule. All teams that are going to be fighting for playoff positions.
Right.
And this is the time I would really like to see. I know everybody is on the tank and want the team to tank and all that stuff. I would really like to see the Knicks win some games and be really competitive down the stretch against playoff teams. They're playing a lot of playoff teams against playoff teams that are fighting for playoff positioning. I would really like to see that. Orlando is one of them. They're fighting for. They're trying to get into the playoffs. You know what I mean? They're coming. They're focused. These teams are focused. I want to see the Knicks be able to play against teams that are focused and see how we respond with these young guys. It's going to tell you a lot about these young guys.
Facts. I like where your head's at with that, Sim. Like you said, and these games will be meaningful, and I really think the young guys are going to take that, like you said, take this challenge on to heart going forward, because I think they looking forward to this summer. They self, just as growing as a young group. You know what I'm saying? Forget Kyrie, who KD and Kyrie coming. I think they all want to prove something coming back next season. So much like you said, this next 22 game stretch that we got, or 21 after tonight, like you said, us really playing some good basketball like we played tonight, continuing to push that defensive effort. Dennis Smith Jr., how many steals did he have? I mean, he had like 3-4 steals.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many steals he had, but.
Yeah, he had, I think he had easily 2-3 steals, easily. But you know what I'm saying? Like you said, Sam, going forward, that would be awesome to see these guys continue to fight in these games. And like you said, push some of these playoff teams to the limit. And not, not give them no big 20, 30-point losses, but, like you said, maybe some single point, 5, 2 points, 3 points, losing, last 30 seconds of the game. Those are gut-wrenching, but those are the biggest teachers for these young guys also.
Right, exactly, man. Hey, Prince, glad to see you in the chat.
Hey, facts, man. I definitely be back around, man. You know what I'm saying? Lately, with all these losses, and then, like I said, been doing stuff at the house, been losing track of getting back on the chat. But I said tonight, I got to get on here and make sure ain't nobody hating on my boy Fizz, ain't nobody hating on Knox and Moutier. Yeah, I like that hate. That's just got to fuel that man right now, because, hey, Dennis Smith Jr., that's my point guard. I hate to say it, Fizz, you know what I mean, Sim, but hey, Dennis Smith Jr. is looking like that guy, bro.
All right.
He's looking like that guy.
He's looking good, man. All right, well, hopefully I see you. You see, I made you a moderator in the chat, man. We trying to make sure we keep this chat right. Who's Mark is there, Viv is there. There'll be some other people that I make moderators. I see some people, ask about it. Some other people that I'll make moderators. I'm just be relying on you guys to, make good decisions. I'm relying on Mark to make good decisions about the chat. I might be making a bad decision relying on Mark to make good decisions. We'll see.
Yeah, you can't give people power like that, man.
We'll see,
know what I'm
man.
saying? You can't give people power like that.
We'll see what's up. But hey, I appreciate it, Prince. I'm about to head off for the night.
100, man. I definitely see you on that Orlando game, brother.
Definitely, no doubt. Peace. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Before I get up out of here, let me give a big shout out to my man Hotep Rel. Hit me with the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. And he says, this is a hard one, talking about Anthony Davis and trading, giving up the farm for Anthony Davis. He said, this is a hard one. I've been thinking about this for the last 3 weeks. I will not trade the farm for Anthony Davis. KD and Kyrie should be enough with Knox, Mitch, Frank, Smith, and Zion. That's 7 deep. And Hotep, man, Rel, I agree with you. I do. I agree with you, man. That's a lot. That's some depth right there. That's the whole thing. You give up all your depth to have 3 stars. Superstars, super duper stars. But they have no depth and you have no future if it does not work out. I'm not saying it's not going to. I'm just saying if it does not work out, you don't have a future. You start all over again. You know what I mean? That's so I'm with you. I get it. And if you're 7 deep, you get those 2 and you got those guys, you're 7 deep, you still got 10 roster spots to fill out with veterans. That's going to help Kyrie and those guys, KD, Kyrie, win. And your young guys are going to help too. It's going to be a debate for a while. I mean, it is. It's going to be a debate for a while. It's a good debate, and I can't wait to see what happens. Can't wait to see what happens. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm signing off for the night. Thank you guys for being here with me. Great win by the New York Knicks, 130-118 over the San Antonio Spurs. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe right now before you go to bed. Get ready for work in the morning. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell and give me a thumbs up, man. But make sure you hit that notification button so you can get notified anytime that I'm live. Drop a video or whatever it is. All right, I'm out. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm out. I will see you Tuesday night. And Tuesday night, of course, we're going to talk about the game. I really wanted to get into it tonight, but I didn't because I was excited about the win and the oops and all of that. It was fun. But we're going to get into the weeds on this draft and a bunch of other stuff, man. So I will see you guys Tuesday night. Have a great start to your week. Ace.